Hello. Welcome to, watch out. Sorry, I'm having a little ride on my bike here. Welcome to the Knifewear garage sale preview. Yay! Today we're going to look at some of the knives that we're going to have on our garage sale. The Knifewear garage sale is one of these sales that we have a couple times a year. It used to coincide with my trips to Japan. So I would go to Japan, I'd see all this crazy stuff, I'd meet new blacksmiths, I would, buy some overstock stuff, buy some one-of-a-kind, some experiments, some damaged things sometimes. Once I bought a whole bunch of stuff from a store that had closed. And we just bring these things back to Canada. I would load them in my suitcase, or sometimes even buy a second suitcase, load it in there, and bring it home, and we have a big sale called the garage sale. And it starts on Monday, and online it starts Monday morning on the 8th at 8 a.m. Mountain Time. And I guess that's when it starts in.
Yeah, and then it goes to the 14th.
It starts, and at every shop we're at, the shops all open at 10 a.m. at their local time. And we will be live here on Monday at 8 a.m. for probably 6 or 8 or 10 hours showing off knives. So it's your chance to ask questions if you want to know what it feels like to hold it, or how heavy that knife is, or a close-up shot, because we want to help you find the right knife. And if you're in Regina, Saskatchewan, and we don't have a Knifewear store there, this is your chance. You can tune in on Monday, or today, and get a preview, but tune in on Monday and you can see the knife, and we can help you choose the right one for you. How's that sound? Is that good?
It sounds good to me. I mean, it's my job, so I'm fine with that.
You're going to hear a disembodied voice sometimes. That's Nathan Garrow.
Hello.
He's our what are you, Nathan?
I think in this role I'm a moderator.
Well, I think you're a moderator. I think you're the I switched to my different glasses.
Token mustache?
These are my special streaming glasses. Do you like them? They're made out of a record. So you can see I know it's so hipster, it's bad. And I drove in a penny farthing bike. Oh, I'm the worst kind of hipster. Anyway, if you have some questions, ask them today. We will get to showing off some knives. How does that sound? I think we've got another camera here. Look at that, where my hand is. I'm sure we'll switch that and make that the big one.
Like that?
So we can do something like this and go, oh, how do I do this? Look at this. That's how big this knife is. This is a Katsu Kitty from Anrusan. So this is the knife they use where they make pork katsu, where they slice the pork cutlets. And I've even seen people use the side of this knife to whack them. But you slice the pork cutlets with this and then bread them and deep fry them. This is going to be, this one here is from Anrusan. It's white #2 steel. It's 561 small Canadian dollars. And I think we've got one of these at every store and one online.
Yeah, one per store, one on the website.
So there we go. That one there is the sort of thing you will see at the garage sale. Maybe you can see. And I wonder if we should get a white tablecloth here, Nathan. Might be easier to see instead of a black one.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go.
Make that happen.
So today is just about opening boxes and seeing what we can see. So there's this guy here. I don't know what this is. Let's see. It is, it's Yoshimi Kato. Oh, okay, so something I should probably tell you about the garage sale is that we don't, everybody who works at Knifewear is not allowed to buy any of the knives from the garage sale until after the first Monday. So we have to wait until Tuesday morning before we can buy knives, or Monday After work, because we don't want the staff to pick and choose all the best stuff. And last garage sale, one of these was left over, same blade, but a different handle. This handle, I like to call this handle root beer, because it kind of looks like root beer to me. Well, mine's a red handle, same blade. So if you see here, it's quite a thin blade, right? It's properly ground. So when you feel it here, you can see that it's ground up from high down to the blade. What happens, the higher this grind is, the thinner the blade is at the bottom. So this will just make it feel more sharp. It's made with SG2 powder steel. And this one's $845, and this is the only one like it in the world.
Yeah, they're all one of a kind. And they're, I mean, people use the word laser to describe knives quite a bit. And that is an actual laser, I'm certain.
This one here, I like these boxes from Makoto Kurosaki. So you know we have knives from Yu Kurosaki, which is Makoto's younger brother. So there's the man himself there, Makoto. He's my squid fishing sensei. So I've been out squid fishing with him a couple times. Every time we've been out squid fishing, we failed. One day we were just too late. We just got out there too late. He was worried about making me wake up too early, but we missed all the squid. And then, which sucked. So we went fishing for no reason without any chance.
Up early.
And well, the thing is, I'm always jet lagged too on the beginning of my days there. So it would have been really easy. Would have been super easy for me to get up early. So this is a 135 millimeter petty. It's SG2 powder steel. We've got the blonde paca wood, and I believe that is a maple handle. And it's quite a thin blade. This is very much my style. It's very thin. It's light. I like the shape. It's very like it's a very standard takafu shape of a petty knife. And I guarantee if you caught a squid, you could cut a squid with this. Although him and I have never caught any squid together. The second time we went for our squid adventure together. Oh, Nathan's bringing us something nice. Look at that. So the second time we went for our squid adventure, there was a typhoon coming, and the typhoon was well, there we go. Nathan's.
Those would help if I remember to turn the lights on before.
There we go. That looks better, doesn't it, Nathan? Okay, yeah. So a typhoon was coming, and all the squid ran away that day. So I didn't get any squid 2 days now out with squid fishing with him. This is from Tadakoru. I thought his name was Tadakoru-san, but it looks like his first name is Tadakoru. Tadakoru Marushin. Tadakoru-san is a knife sharpener. No, he's not. I'm lying to you. I'm totally lying to you. Don't let me lie to you. No, Tadakoru is a sharpener. Okay, I have to come clean, guys. This last 2 years that I haven't been able to travel to Japan, Naoto and I have been meeting new people online, on Zoom, on telephone calls. And this is somebody that Naoto actually has met because Naoto got a trip after my last trip. Because I was
he snuck one
in right at the last minute before this whole pandemic hit. And I don't know anything about Tadakoru-san except that yeah, okay, so I do know about Tadakoru. I just didn't think this was a knife. Bear with me. I'm a little bit crazy today. Here we go. This is his knife. And he is in Kochi, which is on Shikoku Island. And I'm missing the screen here. There you go. He was a sharpening apprentice when he was just 15. So now he's been making knives, or sharpening knives, for 26 years. So he did like a real chef kind of move where he traveled around Japan and worked with a bunch of different blacksmiths and a bunch of different people to learn a stack of new skills. And he makes this one here. And I think the important thing we should probably talk about is grinding and sharpening a knife. I don't think people understand how important grinding a knife really is. This is what takes the raw material. Because if I ground and sharpened and polished a knife, you would look at it and go, that looks like Kevin did it. You wouldn't say that looks like a pro did it. And that's because that's a huge amount of skill involved. You know, it makes or breaks the knife. And I know that the blacksmiths will get upset and say, no, it's the blacksmithing. But I really do think that if the blacksmith has done a great job, but the knife isn't ground properly, it's not a good knife.
Yeah, and I mean,
Right.
in terms of functionality and how it's actually going to cut your food, which I think is the important part, it really comes down to the sharpening.
So this is an Aogami number 2 blue steel knife. And again, this is all hand sharpened and polished. And you can feel, you can feel right here, if you like, feel how thin, oh, where am I here? If you feel how thin the blade is and feel how it's sharpened that way there, you will understand how it's going to cut blazingly through food. Nathan, is there any questions? Is anybody even watching this?
We got loads of questions.
Well, let's hit me up with some questions.
Yeah, we got a good 66 folks hanging out with us right now. First of all, thanks
Cool.
for everyone that tuned in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's really kind of you. I guess you're all excited about Monday.
I hope so.
Get your fingers ready for Monday morning, because something I should tell you about the garage sale is the first hour is crazy, crazy, crazy. And that's when some of the best stuff goes right at the beginning. We get a lot of stuff like this one here from Hashimoto Shoichi-san. This guy here is a Damascus steel master, and he's an artist. So knives like his, like this one here, now the price on this is $3,541 because there is nobody like him. I can't tell if that's focusing, Nathan. Is that focusing properly?
Yep.
Because you flipped the screen over and I can't see.
There, you can have it.
Thanks. So I don't know if you can see all the grain in that, but he has done a great job of just hand folding this Damascus steel. Most blacksmiths will buy steel now that is already pre-layered, and then they'll manipulate that. But he goes even one step further, much like Kaigura-san did, much like Hinura-san still does, much like Manaka-san. We'll see one of his knives with hand-folded Damascus coming up here. So these guys are still doing that skill, but the price tag reflects it. So this is 3,541 Canadian dollars. It's
small Canadian dollars.
Small, the small Canadian dollars. Water buffalo horn, and is this a quince handle, Nathan? Do you know?
I believe so. I'll double check for you, but I'm pretty certain.
But how does that look, Nathan? Like, can you see?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's catching the light a little. But if you bring the Damascus up to the camera, it might. It's on autofocus.
What if I hold it right there? Is that going to focus on time?
That's a little dark.
No, it's just not focusing at all. Anyway, this guy is a true master. I remember when we first got his knives, and we thought they're going to be great. We thought they're going to look great because he's a real master at producing this. He's an artist. What surprised Naoto and I is that the knife itself is fantastic also.
Yeah.
We didn't, because he's not a knife maker, hasn't been a knife maker for very long. He's been a Damascus steel artist. And the fact that his knives are just awesome is great too. I don't have one of these, Nathan. And I know I don't have one, but I really, really, really want one.
If it makes it past the first day.
It won't. This is the sort of thing that goes in the first 2 minutes of the sale. So if there's some of these one-of-a-kind, really exclusive knives that you're after, here's the inside knowledge. Put it in your basket and pay for it right away. Because the person who gets it is the first person to pay for it, not the first person to put it in their basket. It could be in 30 baskets, but the first person that presses, pay is the one that gets it. So if there's something really distinct, something really unique that we have one of a kind, and you want it, just get it. If you're thinking about getting 2 or 3 knives, right? It's very common for people to go and grab the first one, pay for it, and then grab the second one, pay for it, grab the third one and pay for it. And just when you do that, just put a note in there, say bundle them all together and ship them together, right? So just because there's always room for a note, so always just put the note in there, and you'll get the one you want.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, here
that's the sort of knife there that goes right away. If that one is around, if that one's around Tuesday, it's gone. It's mine, like 100%. I know it won't be, but if it is, it's mine. Period. I don't have one. I want one. I've been trying to get one, and I can't seem to get one outside of garage sale. But if I do get one coming in like in February next year, it's just mine. It will never make it to the website. Sometimes I get a perk from owning this company that I can steal stuff. Oh, Naoto's here.
A wild Naoto appeared.
Naoto Fujimoto's coming behind to check up on me to make sure that I haven't said anything wrong. I'm glad he wasn't here when I was talking about Tadakoro-san, because I made some mistakes.
So if you are willing to dig to that pile a little bit, our buddy Chris West really wants a Tsujihiki, in around a 270 millimeter length, either something stainless or Aogami Super with stainless. I know we have some Kurosakis down at the bottom.
Well, I don't know what this is, but this looks like Masashi, and
Yeah,
it's
never a bad
the right
choice.
size box. So Chris West, here you go. I don't know what this is exactly. Oh, never mind. It's not stainless at all. But here you go. This is a beauty. This is a white carbon steel number 2. It's $452. Comes with a saya, and look at this. Look at this guy. Look at the shape of this. That is a slicer, right? So Sakamaru, they call it, because it means the sword tip. And there's a really interesting old story about how that kind of tip came to be, whether it's true or not. But I love the story. Ooh, like how this is. That's the cladding steel there wrapped around the back. But the story is that somebody had a Yanagiba that they really liked, and they damaged the tip, and they took it to a sword sharpener who repaired it, but repaired it the way he knew and turned the front end into a sword. So if you want to feel like a samurai, this is the one for you. If you have watched any of our shows, you know how I feel about Masashi's knives and about Masashi as a human, as a blacksmith. That man is super talented, and he is one of our favorites in the shops. So this looks like this should be a Kurosaki. So this is Yu Kurosaki. So this is the brother of my squid fishing sensei. And I can't get the box apart. There we go. Oh, look at that. And Kurosaki knives now come with a little plastic sheath. I forgot about that. So they come with this little plastic sheath that says Kurosaki knives on it. This guy here is, oh, look at that. I'll just put that down so you can see it. It's R2 stainless powder steel. So one of my favorite steels. It stays sharp a super long time. You can make it blazing sharp, and it doesn't rust, which is great. I love this little star pattern he's got on the blade. See if we swing it around the light there, you can see it almost sparkle like that. And these handles of his, you can see that. Look at the shape of this. It's just built for your hand, right? So this is desert ironwood, super hard, indestructible. Look at these. Can you see the little rivets here? See that the little rivets here have got a little pattern in them, a little flower. I always like that touch. And yeah, that's built for my hand. So that is a slicing machine. Look at that.
Yeah,
we don't have very many of those. Like I think we only have 1 or 2 of those.
Yeah, we just got kind of like a couple of each of the ironwood ones.
So that is one of those things that's going to go right away. Here's another. Looks like Naoto's just pulling out Tsujihikis for me. Why don't, Naoto, do you have a microphone on you? Oh, I was going to say, if you do, you should pull out something you want to talk about. This is from Nigara Hamono. Now, oh, it's my root beer handle again. So here, I'll just put this down so you can see it. There it is. So this is from Nigara Hamono. I like the texture in the blade here. I love the shape of this Tsujihiki. That has got sashimi and steak slicing written all over it. Like, I just think that shape's got a lot of potential. And it's got one of these bowling ball, root beer colored bowling ball handles. And it's SG2 powder steel. So Nigara Hamono, the blacksmith there, the number one, the top blacksmith, his name is Go Yoshizawa. And he is a self-taught blacksmith. So he basically married into this knife company, or married into the family, and then learned to make knives because they had equipment hanging around. Anyway, I'm a fan of these. I have, Nathan, do you have one of these? I've got one of these. I took it camping with me, and then
really?
I took it traveling this summer. Because
That's bold.
I went to BC as well. So I did some camping, and then we also had an Airbnb.
Right.
And I brought the 210 Gyuto of this with me. and the edge is so fine that when you hit the cutting board just a little bit wrong, it makes that really delicate sound that makes you go, uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of slightly gut-wrenching.
It is slightly gut-wrenching. What else we got here? Yoshimi Kato. Oh, this is another one of his black Damascus steel SG2 knives. So here we go. We got 2 of these. But this one has got that bowling ball kind of black handle with birch burl. So it's a combination of the two. That is a cool handle. I really like these. Those
are the ones I like
these
too.
wood and acrylic combos. I think they're cool. So it's $845. SG2 powder steel. Again, it's the steel that won't rust and stay sharp a super long time. And I just love the patterns he's making. I remember when he started doing this, I asked him to make me a 240 right away. So I've actually got 3 of these blades now with 3 different handles. I have a lot of 240 millimeter Gutos because I think that is a wonderful size.
Yeah, I actually understand having a lot of knives at the same size because each maker makes a slightly different one. Sometimes you got to have them all.
Here's a collection of knives from Camo-san from Knife Village. I like Camo-san's knives. He makes, actually, I might just get out a few knives from him because he also makes, these are his kitchen knives, and we've got 3 sizes of petty from him here. I think this is cool. But he also makes a lot of harvesting and gardening knives and equipment as well. What I like about his knives, especially the VG10, stainless steel, so they're not going to rust or anything like that. They stay sharp a nice long time. I like the Damascus look that he has, but these handles are all packer wood, so these handles are indestructible. And the 80 millimeters, $186, $192 for the 120 millimeter, and $199 for the 200, or no, 150 millimeter. Yeah, 150 millimeter. So there's a set of petties from Camo-san. And do you know how many of these we got? I think we got 10 or 12 of each size. So we've actually got an amount of these that are useful.
And they're really great for gifts. That's I mean, I like the knives the Camo makes, but I really like them as like gifts for family.
Well, you know Ellie, who runs our website, she's got a Santoku, I think, or 210 Guto, and she loves it. She has a great knife. Yeah. This is 2 more knives from Camo-san. Check these out. So this is these are both vegetable harvesting and cutting knives. So this is a green salad or a harvesting for lettuce and things like this. So you just kind of cut the bottom of the lettuce and then pick the lettuce up. And I look at this pink handle. You know how I think about pink handle knives, Nathan.
I can't blame
Here's my pocket knife. I love pink knives. I think they're the best. And then this guy, look at this. And how long? Do we have a ruler around here? We do.
Right there, yeah.
This here, if you check it out, is 240 millimeter, essentially a Nakiri. And if you see, it's Damascus steel and Kurochi finish.
That's awesome.
I know. For $245, I think that's a really cool knife.
Yeah.
If I had that, I would want to cut cabbage all day long. I would want, if I had that knife and you lived with me, we would eat a lot of coleslaw. Like a gross amount of coleslaw. I think that's such a cool knife. And I love that pink handle.
Our buddy Sean Coots in Ottawa is a big fan too.
Sean Coots in Ottawa. Hey, Sean Coots in Ottawa.
So we got some knives this year that we're really excited about. Once you're done showing off that one, I want to mention these because they're pretty cool.
What knives are these, Nathan? So we can maybe line me up so I can show them while you talk about them.
Well, they're what we're looking at right now is the Artosa whale knives, but a couple of folks were asking about the Tetsujin knives, and I think they're really cool because, well, some of them are made by somebody that used to work at Knifewear, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so why don't you talk about those while I dig through the pile?
Sure, yeah.
Do you know what shapes we got?
Yeah, we got one from, they are in kind of a burgundy-ish box, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it that guy down there?
I think they might be up here.
Welcome to our live streams where we don't practice anything first and we don't have a script. So that's a problem here for us, really.
That's the one that I was a fan of.
All right, here, I'm going to pull this out. Nathan's going to talk about it. We'll get back to my little whale knife in a bit because we got a ton of these whale knives and I'm a fan. But first we got to start here. So I'll be the hands, Nathan. So switch the cameras.
Hold up.
I'll be the hands for the unboxing video here, and you can talk about this, why you love it so much.
Yeah, well, so it's a collaboration, as I believe DJ Sergioto mentioned in his question. So this is a collaboration between Toru-san. He used to work at Knifewear in Calgary. He's one of the earliest employees, even before Naoto.
He was Naoto's roommate.
Well, oh yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, and Naohito Miyojin, who's the sharpener behind the Konosuke Fujiyama series. And what I really, really love about this one is you can see the steel grain, or Naoto calls it the forge flow pattern, I think.
Can you see it in there? Like, it looks like Damascus steel a bit.
Yeah.
But that's just from the steel getting hot and then flowing, like just moving around. So that's the natural grain of the steel you're seeing there.
That's crazy.
And I just think it's beautiful. It looks like sometimes you get this look from some knife makers that'll use really old steel. So some knife makers will use steel from anchors or chains, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll get this
look.
Like
reclaimed steel kind of.
Reclaimed steel, but this is new steel, but it's got that grain to it. So that's $810. It's Algami number 2, so blue steel number 2. And again, made and sharpened by our man Toru, who was like, I think, our 4th employee here at Knifewear.
Yeah.
So I remember we had the Globe and Mail, like a national newspaper in Canada, wrote a little article about the shop. And then Toru was living in Vancouver, read the article, and then calls me up at the store and he says, "Are you hiring?" I said, "Yeah, we are actually." And he says, "Well, I want to be a blacksmith. I've worked with blacksmithing before. I've actually really liked sharpening knives." And I said, "Well, great, come on in for an interview." He goes, "Well, I live in Vancouver." I said, "Well, that's hard because I'm in Calgary. And we don't have a Vancouver store yet because we didn't at the time. This was a long time ago. I think at that point, I think the entire roster of the Knifewear staff was a guy named Will and myself, and maybe I think Rob worked then too. That was it. There's just 3 of us. Anyway, we talked on the phone a lot. We did an interview over the phone, and then Toru decided to move to Calgary, 1,000 kilometers away, to a new city, just to come and work with us because it was what he was really passionate about. And man, that guy could sharpen. He could do so many things. He knew so much. He was really a huge help in the early days of helping educate me about things. Because back then, like 14 years ago, everything about Japanese knives was written in Japanese. Yeah, which
is a lot harder.
It's very, very challenging for me.
Research.
Especially then, I spoke no Japanese at all. Even though I can speak a bit now, I'm still reading very, 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 very difficult. And I couldn't read a whole book. It's impossible. So he was great for that, and just kind of helped me with Japanese culture and things, and it was fantastic. So it was awesome that he is now making these amazing knives. I've actually got, Naoto and I have the 2 first knives that he ever made.
Really?
Naoto's got a slicer, and I've got a Nakiri.
That's super cool.
I actually just sharpened the Nakiri again recently, and it was fun. I found it was bent. I don't know. It was probably me that bent it, not him.
Usually when my knives are bent, it's my fault. Well, Derek is very tempted by that one. And he says, "Thank you very much for."
Oh, dude, really I'm tempted by this one too. Plus, I've got that connection with Naoto, or with Toru-san. If you come to the Calgary store and you see a blue bass guitar, Fender bass, hanging behind what used to be the till. Well, anyway, see the Fender bass hanging on the wall? That's Toru's. He left it for us, and he wrote a personalized message on the back. That was very rude.
Well, real quick, Sergio just had a follow-up question about Toru-san. Just said he was also an apprentice under Hiroshi Kato. Is that correct?
So when he first went back to Japan, Naoto is here. Naoto can help. Well, Naoto's in a new costume. That's great. But when Toru first went to Japan, we introduced him to people at Knife Village, and he worked with Kato-san and Yu Kurosaki first, and then he ended up going to work with Shimiji-san, right, and we used to carry his tuna knives, the Meguro Bochos, and then he went to Tosa. Was it Tosa right after that? Naoto?
He worked in some place.
He worked in some place. So that place there, wherever that some place was, they had really sharp knives for a while.
And so is he based in Echizen now or somewhere else?
No, he's in... Oh, he's in Tosa, that's right.
Okay.
So which is kind of close to where he's from anyway.
Cool.
So that's on Kyushu Island.
And okay, one last
Oh,
one.
Shikoku Island, sorry.
Emily Collins wants to know, what was the handle material on that Tetsujin Gyuto?
What was the handle? Oh, it's ebony. It's ebony.
Ooh.
There it is. Ebony and water buffalo horn.
Well, we got a lot of love for that knife.
Listen, how many of these do we have, Naoto? Do you know? There's 3 of these.
Well, I'm in there.
There's just 3 of these. Do you see a hand coming up here? This is Naoto. There's Naoto. They're right there.
Disembodied hand.
These, oh my God, this knife here screams garage sale to me. So this is the knife. This is one of these knives that when I first saw them, all that Kato-sen was making was, I think it was just a 150 petty, a Santoku, and an Akiri. Now they're making a 210 Gyuto as well. But you can see it's nickel Damascus, and you got that red Paca wood handle. It's VG10 steel. $392 for this guy. Oop, down here now. There you go. And that is, I don't know, I think that's a really cool blade. And it always reminds me of garage sale because they've never made a full line of these. So we've never really carried them as standard product because it would just upset people too much. So it's the perfect garage sale knife. We buy what they have at the time and do them for garage sale. Rance, who used to work with us, he bought a whole, well, I bought a whole set. He bought 4 of them for his mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she loved them. Here, there's the whale knife again.
I love this.
They look like little whales. They're $67. They're a little utility knife. And they come in, like this looks like a humpback whale. They also come in sperm whale and pilot whale.
I can remember.
And other whales. Minky maybe. They all kind of look like this. But there you go. I think that's a cute little blade. Yeah. I love these. And we have a ton of them this time.
Yeah.
Because they used to always sell out immediately, but we've actually got a ton of them this time. So there you go.
You know, I never
whale knives for everybody. Whale knives for the world.
I really needed one, but I now have a knife magnet pretty much at my front door. And so I could have one as a letter opener.
Oh.
And a package opener.
Okay, here we go. Here's all of them. There's the sperm whale. And there's the other, some kind of whale. And here's a different kind of whale. I don't know what these are, to be honest, because they're either baleen whales, like this one, and this one, or a toothed whale. So that's a sperm whale for sure. Look at his shape. And then these other ones all look like, well, it looks like a blue whale, actually. And these look like 2 versions of humpback or something. But great little letter openers, great little utility knives. I know Mike uses a set of these as steak knives at his house. So there's that. So I'm just going to put them back in the wrong boxes now. So
just to make
somebody has to check and make sure they're in the right box. Is there any questions?
Well, Spoon Monkey had a question, which is a great help for me because when I was setting up yesterday, I completely forgot to grab. I grabbed one of pretty much everything for the garage sale, except for the Moritaka knives. And Spoon Monkey said, "No, I know you told me." It just went in one ear and then completely out the other one.
Okay.
So Spoon Monkey said, "When are the Moritakas coming in?"
Put the Moritakas in my hand. Oh my God, there's lots of them. Perfect.
There's 7 at least.
Here, put this camera on big.
This camera on big.
So these are all Algami Super. And they've got that walnut handle and Kurochi finish. So we've got a 130 millimeter petty. Oh, we got the Honesukis. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Moritaka Honesukis. If you've ever heard me talk about them, you know that I think they're brilliant. Actually, once I get all these unpacked, I can tell you the story about that Honesuki, how they came to be. So, which I think is a wild story because the Honesuki is not a typical knife you would find in Kyushu, where these guys are from.
John May says, I tuned in right at the right time.
Oh, John May likes these.
I think John May was one of the folks wrapped up in the Moritaka fiasco of spring 2021.
Oh, Nathan, tell us about this Moritaka fiasco. Not that I need to hear about it again, but I do remember it.
Well, I think they accidentally sent us about half of our Aogami Super Honesukis with the Ishime finish that we normally get, but nobody got told. And so we pulled some out and noticed they were Ishime finish and super excited. And so we told people they were Ishime finish, and then
But it only turns out there was like 2 out of the 20 that were Ishime.
it just happened to be the ones we opened.
Yeah, so
but-
we made a mistake. So sorry, guys. That was us screwing stuff
But
up.
there's a group of folks that always gets excited about Moritaka as a garage sale, myself included, because I'm a big fan.
You know what? Moritaka knives are great. And they're great because they're great blacksmiths. They're great because they look great. They're great because they work great. They're great because the Moritaka family has been making knives in Kyushu since the year 1293. So they're probably getting good at this point.
Yeah.
So they do everything in-house.
They're reasonable.
They make Murakami steel. So they open the steel up like a hot dog bun, slide the really hard steel in the center like the hot dog, close it up, and then make the knives that way. So they make their own laminated steel. They put the handles on themselves. They do the grinding. They do the annealing. They do the polishing, the sharpening, everything in-house, even the engraving, which is stamped, and put the handles on, put them in the box. They do everything in-house because they want to keep it that way. They don't want to take any shortcuts. They don't want to do... Well, they don't want to bring a lot of modern modifications in. I think the most modern stuff they have is what do they have? They've got a spring hammer now. They've got an electric. They've got the gas fire instead of coal, because Moritaka-san told me it's just more healthy than coal fires.
Oh,
I also know that we got some.
Oh, we did get
Ishime.
some Ishime.
I think Naoto's found us one. So we've got one Ishime. We have 30. We have 25. My final offer is 25. Ishime. Aogami Super, not Aogami 2 like normally for Ishime. Aogami Super, so it's going to stay hard a bit longer. Naoto, can you put it in my hand, please? And we have got
the same price, sir.
25 of these guys, the Ishime Finish Honesukis. Now, I got to tell you about the Moritaka Honesukis because I think this is wild. I've been ordering knives from Moritaka for 14 years now, and we were their, I always like to say we were their first customer outside Japan, but it turns out we were their second, but their first customer's gone now. So they don't sell knives anymore, so I don't know what happened. Somebody in Europe. But we're their longest foreign customer. And I always think of the Moritakas as kind of my home in Japan. They've really welcomed me, and I love that. They've even come to visit out here a few times too. So they never had a Honesuki on their price list, and I wanted one. So I didn't ask, because sometimes asking people just say no. So I just wrote Honesuki on the ordering list, and then I put a number beside and just ordered, I think, a dozen of them. And Moritaka-san saw the thing, and he's like, well, we don't sell this Honesuki. And he didn't actually know what it was, because it wasn't a knife that they use or they traditionally made in Kyushu. So he looked it up he said he saw a picture on Amazon of what it looked like, and then found out it was supposed to be a boning knife. So he thought, okay, well, if it's going to be a boning knife, and it's this shape, I'm going to make the spine really a lot thicker, so it's a bit rugged. I'm not going to make the edge too thin by grinding up too high. So I'm going to make the edge rugged. I'm going to make overall a heavier knife. I'm going to make the tip this way so it's not as prone to chipping like some of them are, right? And so he just made this knife because he saw a picture and thought about it. Anyway, we get the knives. Blows my mind. I think, honestly, and I'll say it often, I think he makes, if not one of the best Honesuki that we carry. And this one with Aogami Super is tip top. We got 25 of these. I'll bet they're gone on the first day. There's a lot of people waiting for these.
Yeah, since the spring.
But it's so funny because he asked me last time I was there. It's about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago now. Oh, this whole pandemic thing has really ruined my traveling. But he asked me, he goes, what about Honesukis? He goes, why do you sell so many of them in Canada? And I said, oh, well, it's a cool knife. And I said, the one you make is top notch, right? So it's really the best. And he laughs and laughs. He goes, I learned how to make it from a photo on Amazon. And that's a sound. I don't know if you can hear that sound here, but it's really loud in the warehouse right now. So anyway, there's the Moritaka knives.
Real quick, John May was just double checking that the Honesukis for Ishime Aogami Super, just making sure that's the only knife that we have in Ishime Aogami.
That is the only Ishime Honesuki, or the Honesuki is the only shape we have Ishime Algami Super.
Yeah. And Ben Ships in Texas was asking, what size are those Moritaka Kiratsukes that you just had there?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Ben Sheps was just asking, what size are the Moritaka Kiratsukes that you just had?
It looks like there's a 210 and 240s of Kiritsuke.
Nice. Yeah,
So
210, 240 is correct.
210, 240 Kiritsuke, so something for everybody.
Grant also, just real quick, was asking, did you go over the Tetsujin yet? Darn, work got in the way of me showing up on time. Well, we'll definitely talk about Tetsujin again later on.
Yeah, we did. We talked about Tetsujin already. I'm looking for it now. There it is.
We got it nearby, so we can show it off again real quick.
There it is. Is that going to focus on there? Oh, there you can just start seeing the grain of the steel there. Oh my God. I'm going to have one of these. If there's any left after the first day, because I can't even buy. I'm not even allowed to buy something before the end of the first day. Here, let's get into some fun stuff. I love this box. I actually have no idea what's in this box. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Me neither. Ellie got those ones ready for me.
So I'm going to pop this open, and we're all going to be as surprised. Oh, it's Sakai Takayuki. Oh my God. I know what this is, Nathan. I know what this is.
Oh yeah?
Nathan, this is exciting. This is exciting. Michiko-san. Michiko is a, yeah, she is an engraver. She engraves blades, and she's an artist. And this one is Ginsan, so it's a stainless steel knife. This is a gyuto. Usually she does debas, but we asked her to do some gyutos. And, oh, I'm really teasing you, aren't I? Look. Woo, look at that.
Oh, God.
So it is a gyuto stainless steel Ginsan. This is a knife you can use. And look at the koi on there. Holy bananas. So 1,200 small Canadian dollars. So if that's in US dollars, it's like $8 US, right?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe $9.
You get a handmade knife from Sakai Takayuki, engraved by Michiko. And these are super special because she's never done gyutos for anybody except us. I'm sure that we won't be the last ones.
No.
I'm sure once people see this, they're going to want them.
I'm glad it's $1,200 because if it was like even slightly less, I'd probably just buy it. It's so.
If any of these are left on Tuesday, this is also another. God, there's a lot of knives in this batch that I really want this year, which is not.
When we do our stream
healthy.
on Wednesday, we're going to have to do the "What Did Kevin Buy" stream.
Yeah, I'm actually going to find the rest of these.
Yeah, go for it. We had a couple questions that I can probably just answer.
And I'll just keep unpacking.
Sean Coots was asking if she did the debas from the last garage sale. She did. Those were gorgeous. These are even better, I think.
These are nicer.
Yeah, they're very finessed.
This is Algami 2. And it's Kurochi finish. You can see the Kurochi.
Oh, man.
And this one here's a dragon. This is cool. Nathan, this is cool. Oh, my God. Okay, I like the koi. I like the dragon on the Kurochi. That's awesome. What's this one? What is this one going to be? More koi on Kurochi, Algami 2 again. So the Kurochi Algami knives are $715. So that's just super reasonable. The Ginsan, which makes the knife a lot. See, I would be concerned about using the carbon steel knife with that much work done on it because water and things could penetrate in there and could start rusting your knife. I think that could be an issue. But that Ginsan one and this Ginsan one, oh my God, this one is Ginsan 210 Gyuto Damascus. Nathan, this is the one. This is the knife. Look at this.
I could tell by the way your voice cracked when you said Damascus.
Did my voice crack? That's because I'm just going through puberty. I'm very young. So this knife, oops, I got to get in the camera there.
I mean, those knives would make my voice crack too. They're so nice.
Can you see that? Can you see what's going on here?
Yeah, that is a dragon, right?
So that's a dragon on a Damascus steel Ginsan knife. Oh my goodness. That's the winner. That's the winner of these easily. Is there any more? I don't think she did very many for us. I think we've got kind of like 2 of each of these, and that's it.
Yeah, we didn't get a whole ton.
Oh my God. These are winners. The winners. I hope you can see better than I can see. My monitor is really blurry on these.
You're on a very old Mac.
My monitor is very blurry, so I don't know if you can see those properly.
We did have a couple of people mentioning that the video is a bit blurry for them. If it is, you can adjust your quality settings on YouTube. You can adjust the video quality to up to 1080p, essentially, and that should increase the resolution a bit.
I'm sorry if you can pick up a lot of the ambient noise of our deliveries right now.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad with the
big
mic
delivery in right now, and it looks like it's it's Nanawa.
Yeah.
So that's 4 of the 25 pallets that are coming in.
Yeah, good thing we have this new space, because that
It's
would have
be
been
noisy. It's going to be noisy. So here's something completely
John
different.
says the noise is fine, though.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Here's something completely different from the other end of the spectrum here. So this is from Tarafusa. It is Algami Super and stainless, and it's a Nikiri hand hammered with a Western handle, and it is $145. So that is what I would call friendly price. Like, that is great price and product if you want to get into Japanese knives. If it's your first one and you're just like dipping your toe in because you're not sure you might like it, or you want to give a gift, because there's a thing coming up called Christmas that I hear people do use, or that give gifts for. And this would be an excellent one for that. It doesn't break the bank, and this is a great little knife. Easy to take care of. So it's Algami steel with stainless steel wrapped around it, so it won't rust, where the stainless steel is wrapped around just a little bit. Think about like a bologna sandwich, how the bologna hangs out of the bread. That little bit of bologna, in this case, is Algami Super, and that can rust. So just a very thin line along the edge that can rust. So it doesn't, it's not that hard to take care of these. Just keep them dry and you're good. And for 145 bucks, awesome. Who wants to see something big? Yeah. How about this? So this is a 450 millimeter Shizuku Sakamoto. So 450 millimeter slicer from Yu Kurosaki. Oh, with a quince handle. It's a quince and water buffalo and silver. It's got silver in it too, the handle. Can we get this camera on, Nathan?
Yep. There we go.
Actually, it's hard to see. Why don't I just do it like this? Here we go. Da-da-da-da, there we go. Can I get it all in the screen somehow? There we go. Look at that. So this is 450 mil slicer, and I know that we've got one of these at every store and one available online on the first day. So the price on this guy, so this is an R2 Damascus, or not Damascus, R2 stainless steel with this Shizuku Tsuchimi finish. Oh, I'm having a hard time. I need more coffee. Quincewood, water buffalo horn, and silver handle. The handle looks a bit funny because it's got a bit of plastic wrap protection, so don't worry about that. That's not the handle damage. That's just some of the packaging that's, for some reason, half taken off. So I don't know why we've done that. Oh, I guess it's so we could keep the stickers on the plastic so it's not touching the handle. So there you go. That is fun. You want to impress your friends? You want to show off? You want to pretend you're a samurai? That is the knife for you. Holy smokes. And I know there's a certain chef up in Edmonton with a hotshot restaurant that is looking at this seriously. So Shane Chartrand, I think you can pull this one off. You would look cool with that. I need one too. You want to see something even bigger? Who wants to see something even bigger? I do. Oh, great. Let's do it. I don't actually know who this is from. Oh, Sakai Takeuchi. Can I unpackage this, do you think, without cutting myself or without wrecking things? Let's see. This is a proper tuna knife. This is a proper. Oh, look at this. Yeah, this is a proper Magura Bocho. Let's see if we can't just slide it out of here gently. There we go. Da, da, da. Oh, baby, and it's got a sword tip on it too. Come on. So this is a 540 millimeter sword tipped Magura Bocho. Single bevel. So this is the really traditional knife. And I know that Darren McLean at Shokin and Restaurant in Calgary here just bought one of these recently because he's been getting in big pieces of bluefin tuna lately, which has been amazing. So this guy here is free. So that's a great price. There's no price tag on it. So
That's a healthy price.
therefore it's free, which is an amazing price.
Which do you happen to know which one that is?
It's the Sakai Takayuki.
Okay.
So Nathan's going to look up the price for us.
Yeah.
And he's going to put it in the comments. But that's the Sakai Takayuki Magura Bocho 540 millimeter. I'm going to stick it back in here.
We had a few questions
And
about.
it comes with a big wooden saya, so you can pull it out and feel like a samurai every day.
We had a few questions about the refurb demo knives because we do have some, lightly used knives, some knives that have been used as demo knives in store. They will be listed on the website before Monday, and we will have ones that are exclusively in store as well.
Yes, so we're going to have the refurb knives online and in store. So right now, we always used to do this sale just in store. But now that we're doing it online too, we're trying to make a balance so that there's still some available things in store that are cool and some cool stuff online. After Monday's over, you'll be able to see all the inventory that's left at the store. So
yeah,
basically Tuesday morning, the inventory will change for online. And if there was something you really wanted and you missed out, you might be able to get it on Tuesday if it's back in stock, if one of the stores still had it. Here's a funny knife, because now we're on big knives. So let's look at big knives here. This is, can I do this the way, here. Why don't you change to the other camera here, Nathan?
All done.
So our man Shiba, years ago, when I started working with Shibata-san from Muskogee Knives and helping them, I was helping them design the knives for Westerners. So people like our customers wanted to buy them and make them really exciting. I always asked to make the Nikiri a little bit taller. 165 millimeters long was fine, but I wanted them a little taller. So, I was using the wrong words, and I think things were getting lost in translation. I think to blacksmiths like Andrew-san and Kato-san, Saji-san, who didn't really want to listen to some weird foreigner who was too young and didn't know what he was doing. So they didn't really want to listen to us because they knew what they were doing. But I kept saying a little bit bigger. So eventually Shibata-san comes for a visit and he has a backpack. And in his backpack is this knife. And he says, this is a gift from Andrew-san. He wants you to see this knife here. And he did this. He started pulling it out of his backpack like this. And he's like, Andrew-san wants to know if this Nikiri is now big enough for you. And he gently pulled out a Nikiri that was 420 millimeters long. So the same as this guy here. So there you go. So we had this joke Nikiri. This was just Andrew-san having a laugh at me and saying finally, like, haha, you crazy person. I'll make you a Nikiri that makes you shut up. And Shiba just gently and slowly pulled it out of his bag and said, what do you think? And I said, the length is good, but could you make it taller, please? Anyway, that's been living at the Calgary shop for a long time, and people keep asking about it. So we've just asked Andrew-san to make some of these for us for the sale. So I don't know if we've got 2 or 3 of these, maybe just 1. But there we go. I wasn't receiving this order. I know we ordered 10. Who knows how many we got? This is welcome to garage sale excitement. So there you go. We've got this guy. And it is no price tag. So, oh no, here we go. $529 for the largest Nikiri in the world. Perfect for watermelons and scaring your friends.
Naoto's just working on the refurbished demo knives.
Oh, yeah,
but those are a
Naoto's-
couple of them that he's finished up.
So here's some of the refurb knives that Naoto's working on. So the refurbished knives, they all, oh, here we go. They all get, they get polished, sharpened, and the handles get reworked. So these are both koishi. This is a santoku and a kobanka. And both of these are available in the sale. And the refurbished knives are all half price or better. So half of the original price or better. Sometimes they're 70% off. So there you go. Totally redone knives from Naoto. And Naoto has gone and left his fingerprint right there on that one. So you could commit a crime and frame Naoto with that fingerprint.
It's
So
like
now's your opportunity.
It's like a
You
signature.
have to buy the koishi kobanka, and you can get a partial thumbprint from Naoto and frame him for murder.
Don't do that.
There's
We need
your
Naoto.
there's your top tip for the day. Oh my God, why do they let me talk to people, Nathan?
I couldn't tell you.
All right, well, we're getting
I
up
think
to
it's 'cause
3
you're in charge.
o'clock. We're getting up to 3 o'clock, which means it's getting time to almost quit here. Because I actually have tickets to go see Matt Masters and Barney Bentall and
Do you?
Ridley Bent and who else is playing tonight? It's a big roster.
Yeah. Well, we'll make Naoto dance
So
in front of the camera.
I don't
for a
know.
bit.
Have you seen our show called Sharp Knives Rock? So every month we do like a variety show called Sharp Knives Rock. We have guests on. We had Matt Masters as our musical guest last time. You can see it on this channel. You go to YouTube channel for Knifewear and you can see Sharp Knives Rock. If you watch number 6, we're giving away. Maybe Nathan, you can show that video.
Yeah.
If you watch the latest episode of Sharp Knives Rock, you can see that we gave away. Well, we haven't given away. We're giving away a knife. You just have to go and watch the show, ask 3 skill testing questions, like the channel and like that show, or subscribe to the channel and like that show, and you'll be entered into the draw. The knife's about $300. It's a handmade knife, and Nathan's going to roll the video here in a second. Maybe.
Yeah, this is the Miyazaki Hakata that we're giving away.
The Mazaki Hakata. Look at that. That's cool, hey?
Yeah, it's a pretty gorgeous knife. And this is a new Tsuchime pattern that they've never done before.
Yeah. So this is like a very cool new knife that nobody's ever seen before. And that's what we're giving away on the show. So go and watch the Sharp Knives Rock show. Answer 3 questions, like the show, subscribe to the channel, and boom, you can be entered to win that. That's it. That's easy. And you get partially entertained. Because at least Matt Masters was on. He did good. His song at the end is hilarious because it's his own version of Woody Guthrie's "I've Been Everywhere," but it's the COVID edition. So it's "I haven't been anywhere,"
Yeah.
And then he lists a bunch of places he hasn't been, and then he lists a bunch of places he has been, and the places he has been have been Calgary, 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 Calgary. So there you go. The Matt Masters "I've Been Nowhere" special COVID edition of that song is on the end of Sharp Knives Rock. So if you want to watch that, you maybe get a chance to win a really cool knife that we just saw as well.
Yeah, I was a big fan of that tune. Spoon Monkey just had a quick question. Where are we based out of?
Spoon Monkey. Well, right now you're in Calgary.
Yes,
I'm
I
in
am.
Calgary, Alberta, Canada. That's where I'm based out of.
Yeah, we
we've
got
also
shops
got
in
shops in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, Vancouver, BC, Canada, and Ottawa, the capital of Canada, Ottawa, Ontario. And we're not far from the Parliament buildings, so you could make a day of it. Come and see really good knives, go see the Parliament buildings, and maybe protest on the lawn.
Yeah. Yeah, and we also have a website, as you probably know already. But at
We have a
knifewear.com,
website?
We ship everywhere in the world, pretty much everywhere that DHL goes, which is quite a wide range of countries. Pretty much every country. I think you could even order a knife from North Korea with DHL.
Nathan, do you know what this is? I don't know what this is.
I have no clue, but we should.
I have no idea.
Now
Brenda?
probably knows.
Hey, Brenda, can you hear me? Is Naoto around? Thanks. I've called the big guns in on this one because I didn't order this. I don't know what this is, but it comes in an impressive Kiriwood box. Check it out. Sadly, I can't read Japanese, so I don't know what those kanji are. I do see it's $2,600, and it's Aogami number 1, so blue steel number 1, and it is. Oh pretty sure this is the Mazaki hand-folded Damascus.
Yeah.
But Naoto, I called Naoto over. He's just showed up behind the scenes to give us some info about this. But I think what it is, and Naoto, correct me if I'm wrong, this is from Mizaki-san, hand-folded Damascus, Aogami number 1. There's one of them, two of them, there's two of them, 2,600 small Canadian dollars. This is going to fly out of here. These will be gone in the first hour.
They have two different types of handles, so you can put.
Oh, there's two kinds of handles. So this one's got an ebony. This one's got an ebony and white water buffalo or blonde water buffalo handle. I'll leave that there. And I'm guessing it's in the identical box here. These are beautiful boxes too, Naoto. These are really nice Kiri boxes. Oh! I was going to say, hey, Naoto, have you seen this one? But you did, because you ordered these sneaky things without me knowing. So this is, what kind of wood is this? This is quince burl, one-piece construction. I've become such a fan of these. And again, hand-folded Damascus. These are one of a kind. You want a cool knife? There you go. You got the option of two. These are one of a kind, hand-folded Damascus knives from our man, Mazaki. Based in Tsubame, Sanjo area.
Oh my God.
Those are stunning. There's a lot of really good stuff on this garage sale that I want.
Have you shown the regular Mazaki as well?
No, I haven't showed the regular Mazaki yet. Naoto wants me to show the regular Mazaki. I will do that. I just have to find it on this trolley here. I don't know where it is. Maybe Naoto, you can dig through and find it for me. Maybe Naoto, you want to talk about Mazaki? He says, nah. Mizaki's cool. I like him. Because he worked at Yoshikane, right? With Tomo from Atelier, Tojiro Atelier, and with Masashi of Mr. Masashi. Masashi-san, I don't know what his company's called. But they all three of them had worked together. And it was Masashi that introduced us to Mizaki-san. And he's interesting because he's from Hokkaido, which is the North Island of Japan, where they do all that, where you see the big, huge drifts of snow that are 3 times taller than a bus, and where people do all the skiing and snowboarding. So he's from up there, but he knew he wanted to be a blacksmith or some kind of a craftsman. We didn't know what, so he just kind of packed up his motorcycle and took a tour of Japan and tried working at different places and different kinds of with different kinds of craftsmen, and just ended up in the Sanjo area, which was just outside of Niigata, and he ended up there as a blacksmith because he thought the area was great, and then the local government was actually helping craftsmen get started in their own business. So that was a good time for him to start there. And Naoto's found me some. He's got some Mazaki knives, and he's in the background giving me some kind of hand gestures, like he's going to write stuff on it. So now I have to stall because it's live, and I have to do things that are important. So what I'm really going to do is say, if you want a true craftsman's knife, this is the way to go. Hand-folded Damascus steel. The spine is mirror polished. These two faces here are concave, so the spine's thicker and they're concave, so it'll slide through food easier. It's ground nice and high, which means the edge is going to be super thin. Oh, this is a worker too. That's a knife. So there's 2 of these Damascus ones, one with the water buffalo and ebony handle, and one with the one-piece quince burl handle. These are both made with Aogami 1 hand-folded Damascus steel. That is a big deal. And here is his more standard knives coming in at $2,300 less. So for $331, you've got his 210, 200? I guess it's a 210 millimeter. Feels short for 210. I'm going to measure it. No, it's 210. It's actually a bit longer. it's just got that wild shape at the front. So it's got a really sharp tip on there. So that's fun. If you've seen any of our shows, you know that we're all a big fan of Mazaki's knives. He is a craftsman. He does great work. They're light, they're thin, but not so thin that they're delicate, right? Like these are still working knives. This one's $353 for the 240 Gyuto. Mike, who you might know from some of our videos, like how to cut a pumpkin with a Yanagiba and how to break a Santoku. So he kind of does the jackass stuff, I guess.
Hey, he's the Johnny Knoxville of the group.
He's the Johnny Knoxville of the group. He has got the Santoku. Do we have a Santoku now too? Because his Santoku shape's wild.
Well, we got the Nakiri, Gyuto, 210, and 240.
Ah, okay. Well, here, Nathan, can we get the camera down here again? We can see these.
Absolutely.
And then here's the Nakiri. Oh, his Nakiri's taller than it used to be. Isn't it? Feels taller. Oh, I like that. So there you go. There's the Mazaki selection here. I got some lighting adjustments going on.
There, trying to get you a little brighter.
Trying to get me brighter or the knives? Because I'm glowing now. I look like a ghost.
Yeah, I know. It's a balancing act. Don't worry about it, Nato. That one doesn't tilt.
Oh, right.
Anyway, there we go. The Mazaki knives. Listen, I think we're coming to the end here. Is there any questions we need to answer, like really burning questions
Yeah,
here?
we got a bunch.
Why don't we do a speed round of some questions?
Pull some up. So, Spoon Monkey was wondering a while back, are there any nice white number 2 150 petties? That one might require a bit of a hunt. While you hunt for that, I will answer a couple other questions.
Okay, that sounds good.
E30 Birdie, we did show off the Tetsujin,
Sure,
but we'll bring it back before the end.
Petties.
Coco Fiasco was asking if we plan on opening a Winnipeg location.
Coco Fiasco? Is that somebody's name?
It's somebody's name. I like that.
That is the best name. Coco Fiasco, you win. Or maybe your mom win. Maybe your parents named you that. Maybe you didn't name yourself.
That would be a great legal name to give somebody.
Coco Fiasco.
Yeah. We don't have plans to open a Winnipeg location currently. Probably have some pop-ups once COVID's done, whenever that is.
Spoon Monkey, look at this.
Oh, here we go.
Spoon Monkey, it's in my hand. It's in my hand here, Spoon Monkey. Okay, we got two here for you, which is great. So we've got Tarakoro. Oh, what? Holy smokes. Naoto, have you seen the shape of this? Look at the shape of this little guy. So this is $417, white number 2, 120 millimeter petty. Look at that. That is a shape. You can do so many things with that shape. That's just screaming to me that it's got opportunity. And here's the other one. This one is from Sakai Kikomori. So Tanaka-san has hand forged this one. And Naoto, how do they get the finish on this? It reminds me of the finish on of a Apple laptop. Like, is it sandblasted?
You're not wrong.
Because it looks sandblasted. I like that finish actually. I remember when the first batches of Shibata-san's knives, the Kotetsus were like that. So I've got a Kotetsu that's sandblasted like this. So there you go. So there's 2. Okay, and here's the 3rd. We just need 3, Naoto. This is a mini Deba, but it's a really thin Deba too. This would be like the Deba for really small fish, like think trout maybe, or smaller mackerels. And it's $112, white number 2, and Spoon Monkey. I think you should get this one plus this one, because this one has got such potential. Oh boy, look at that.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous knife.
Nathan, questions? Hit me up.
So DJ Sergiotto, this is a question we get a lot, so we might as well answer it, and maybe even get 2 birds stoned at once. DJ Sergiotto wants to know if we're getting any big Hinora knives anytime soon. And I know we had at least one question about Shigefusa, so why don't we just answer both of those at the same time?
Okay, here's the answer for Shigefusa knives and Hinura knives for the garage sale. We don't have any.
Pretty straightforward. We will hopefully get some
Sorry, guys.
at some point in the future.
Sorry, guys. We may have got a Hinura in earlier this year, and I may have taken it home.
All right.
And we do
N
hope to
wants
get
know-
some more in at some point. So sorry about that. Nothing this time.
Steve N wants to know VG10 Takamura knives, VG10 versus R2 versus Chromax, pros and cons.
Ah,
And do you prefer one?
So VG10, knife made for steel making. Chromax, I always think of it kind of like an improvement on VG10. And R2 is, or SG2 is one of those, what I think the future of knife making. You're going to see more and more and more and more powder steel knives like that. So basically, I think the Chromax and the VG10 will stay sharp about the same length of time. The R2 will stay sharp longer. The Chromax is a bit more chip resistant than the VG10 in my experience. But all three sound steel for knives. And Takamura using these steels makes so much sense because his father, who just a few years ago now, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, got an award from the emperor for actually doing a lot of work to change Japanese knives, Japanese kitchen knives. Because Japanese kitchen knives before were always made with carbon steel. And the blacksmiths and the users preferred the carbon steel because they would stay sharp longer, right? And Takamura's father said, hey man, we've got Takafu Specialty Steels in town, and they're making new stainless steels that are as good as carbon. Let's start making knives with those. So he was experimenting with VG10, with Chromax, with R2, with VG7, with VG5, things like this. So he was experimenting with all these new steels that Takafu Specialty Steels were putting out. But he was basically alone, or one of the few doing this, right? And became so good at it, and they started selling a lot of knives, and users were using them and going, well, this is as good as a carbon steel knife. It stays sharp as long, it feels as sharp, but it doesn't rust, right? So they made a vast improvement, and they were really at the vanguard. They were at the pointy end of blacksmiths starting to use stainless steel knives. Because up until then, stainless steel knives were crappy. They didn't stay sharp. You could never get them as sharp as carbon steel. But with these new steels that Takafu Specialty Steels was providing or producing, you could make incredible knives. I'm going to see if I can find one of the Takamuras, because I know that I don't see any here in this pile.
There's a Chromax Nakiri in that pile. That was that special exclusive for us.
Yeah, that's the one I want to see.
It's at the bottom there, in the red box.
In the red. Oh, this one here. That's not a Takamura box.
That is nope, but it's a Takamura.
That's a totally Takamura box now. So there we go. I've never seen him have a red box before.
And these, he made a very limited run of Nakiris, and I think we just got all of them.
That's right. This is amazing. So they never made Nakiris before.
Yeah.
Or at least not while we've been customers. And then they did a limited run. So they've got, I think this is burnt white oak or stained white oak and Damascus Chromax Nakiris. This is a big deal. We bought all of them. They made these just for us. Well, I don't think they made them just for us. I think that when Takamura said, hey, I've got some of these. Do you want some? We said, yes. How many do you make? We'll buy them all.
Yeah.
Because just like me and our customers, but especially our staff, we're all waiting for a Nakiri. So that's exciting. And it's got the same finish. So this is the same ones. It's the same look. Obviously, it was a Western handle when they did this, but his father produced 100 Santokus to celebrate the award from the emperor.
Oh,
And it was the same blade.
nice.
It was the Santoku version of this blade, but with the Western handle. And of those 100, we managed to get 50 of them. They sold 50 domestically and 50 through us,
Nice.
which was super exciting, right?
Yeah.
And I was actually there the day that his dad was forging some of those blades.
Cool.
So I've got a video of it, and I'll tell you what, his dad was forging without ear protection. And I was standing with my fingers in my ears, cowering in the corner. It was so loud.
Yeah.
But his dad was like cranking
Oh my
away,
God.
which also explains why we have to talk very loudly.
Yeah.
when
Maybe that's
he's
why his
around.
son got into playing metal. It's the only genre his dad could hear.
Yeah, because I guess if you know anything about Takamura-san, you'll know that he's a great singer as well.
Yeah.
And I've been karaokeing with him, and it's just wild to karaoke with him because everybody that goes after him is terrible.
Yeah.
Because no, he's a pro singer. Like he was in 2 bands. He's actually only in 1 now. He calls it heavy metal. It's Def Leppard and Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
That kind of heavy metal. And but he's great. He doesn't need a microphone either at karaoke night because he's got lungs, man.
Yeah.
He belts it out. Was there any more questions, Nathan?
There are. Raditya was asking if we're getting any Takamura Pro or Uchigumo. We have had them on order for many years, and we haven't seen any for many years.
Fingers crossed, one day.
Yeah. This is a quick one, so I'm gonna bump it up. Eunice Sung was asking, what is the exchange and return policy online? We have a great exchange return policy. Anything that's unused and has all the original packaging, you can return or exchange. Exchange within Canada is free. Returns, I think you have to pay a $10 fee. Internationally, it's going to be a little more expensive. Spoon Monkey was asking about Fujiwara deliveries and how frequently we're getting them. That
Monthly.
might be an auto question. I'm not sure.
We get deliveries from Fujiwara monthly. Do we get what we order all the time? Sometimes. Sometimes we get what we order. So there you go. That's the answer for that. Are you waiting for something? Actually, Spoon Monkey, if you're waiting for something from Fujiwara and it's not on our website, it's out of stock, there's a function on the website. If there's something that you want and it's always out of stock on our website, you can press the button that says contact me when available or something like that. But you press that button, it takes you to a form, you put your name and your email address. And what happens is it's stored in our computer, and at the moment, you'll know before I know when it arrives. Because the moment at the warehouse that it enters our system, so we open the box, examine the knife, and then put it on the shelf, we press go on the computer. At that moment, the computer sends out emails to everybody and says, hey, that knife you wanted is here. If it's something that's chronically out of stock and you get that email, immediately buy the thing. Because if it's out of stock, probably a lot of people are on that list.
Yeah.
So if you get that email, immediately buy it. If it's out of stock or you decide not to, you have to get back on that email list. It doesn't put you back on the list. It just assumes you didn't want to buy it or you did buy it. Yeah. So if you want something, get on the list. If you get the email, buy it then. If not, get back on the list.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the best advice I can give you.
Did you have a knife to show off there?
This is from Kobayashi. You know what I think about Kobayashi. He makes, he's a knife sharpener. So he buys blanks. These are SG2 or R2 powdered steel. Quite thin. He's got a really great machine that does the bulk of the grinding. So he picks exactly how he wants it ground, stuffs it in, it pops out the other end, ground perfectly, and then he polishes and hand finishes the sharpening. So Kobayashi, that's kind of his job. He doesn't make knives. He buys knives and then sharpens them. I met him first time. We were supposed to go to the Seki Knife Show last time I was in Japan, but the Seki Knife Show got closed because there was a typhoon coming, and they said this was going to be the worst typhoon that Seki's ever seen. So of course, Shibata-san and I went to Seki because we wanted to see what a really bad typhoon looked like. Naturally. And the truth is, the typhoon damage in Seki, the typhoon, as they do, changed directions and went and hit Tokyo instead, and did a lot of damage. But the typhoon damage that happened in Seki when I was there, I corrected it myself, Nathan. Seki owes me. I did a lot of work to fix the.
Yeah, you need a key to the city or something.
I need a key to the city for the work I did, because the damage that the typhoon caused, I saw, was it knocked 2 bikes over, and they were lying in the street. So I popped them back on their kickstands. So Seki, you're welcome. I fixed all of your typhoon problems that day. So what happened is Kobayashi and I and Higuchi-san, who makes some of the other knives from us, we did what you should do when there's a typhoon coming. We found a gyoza bar and hid. So Shibata-san, Ikeda-san, and Kobayashi and Higuchi, we all hid and drank sake and ate a lot of gyoza and hid there. And then when we came out, I single-handedly fixed all the damage in Seki from the typhoon. I put both bicycles that were lying flat. I put them both upright.
Well, that's a good action plan, because if you get stranded because of a typhoon, you want to be surrounded by gyoza and sake.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good plan, actually.
That's where I'd want to be stuck.
And
for
then
a
we went
couple
out
of
to an
days.
Italian place and had spaghetti and meatballs, which was fantastic too.
Oh, nice.
It was really strange. I liked it. We had a fun night, actually. I know that we had planned. We'd gone to the 7-Eleven earlier in the day and stockpiled like bottles of water and things you could prepare in your hotel room, like instant noodles. Lots of food you could just like open up and eat. So I had a backpack full of food and water that we never needed to touch, because there was no, like, the typhoon just missed Seki entirely, which was such a bummer, because they canceled the Seki knife show for it. And now it's been canceled the year after that because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're doing it again this year. They were supposed to do it in October 15, but I don't think they did. Sorry, there's a delivery driver here. Nathan will take care of them. She's asking me if something's for DHL. I don't know, man. I don't know how to do deliveries. Questions?
Yeah, Thomas Elliott wants to know, here's a question for when you get to Nakiri's. In terms of handling, what's the biggest difference between a 165 and a 180?
Thomas Elliott, I'm going to give you an answer that's going to first piss you off. The 180 millimeter Nakiri's bigger. That's the big difference. The big difference is 165 millimeter is the standard size for Nakiri's, and a 180 or a 195, like Fujiwara makes, are just bigger Nakiri's. So they're easier to do bigger things like cabbage, for example. But that's, it's going to be a little bit heavier because it's bigger. It's going to be, the 180 is going to be a little bit more heavy at the front end because it's a longer blade. But the usability is very similar. And if you're used to using a knife that's 180 millimeters or longer, you'll have no problems with the bigger Nakiri. In fact, you probably will like it.
Especially if you like to hold the knife by the blade, like a chef would.
Yes. If you held the knife like a chef, that'd be, you'll probably like the bigger size. So I'm trying to find a Nakiri here now on our stack of stuff.
Ben Sheps was asking if we had any plans for other sizes of Furoshikis besides the 100 by 100 centimeter.
Well, perfect. Let's talk about Furoshikis. So see this monster guy here? This is a big piece of cloth. This is a Furoshiki. This is a really old Japanese method of being a gift wrap.
And you can hide behind it too.
I can actually show you guys a magic trick. Can you see this? You can't see it. Let's see there. Look, you see my feet here, and then the thing goes down, and then it comes up, and one foot is gone.
Oh my God.
Ta-da! Done. So Furoshiki is a shopping bag. Come on, Nathan, that was a pretty good trick, right?
I know, I was impressed. I was genuinely impressed.
I'll show you another trick later. I'm very good at magic tricks that impress 1-year-olds. Or less. The Furoshiki is great for, here, actually, let's give a demo. So it's great for gift wrapping. It's also a shopping bag too. So you can just have this in your bag or in your pocket, and when you get to a store and you buy something, you grab it, and you can wrap it up in this bag here. So this is how you would do it if you were gift wrapping, for example. You might try to be a bit neater than I was. And then you take the little ears here and tie the ears in a nice knot. Try to do a reef knot. That's a double. I did the wrong kind of knot, but you can do that too. But just make it look pretty. And there you go. There's your nice environmental gift wrap. And I think they look really cool, right? You can also use it to carry your groceries. You can tie it up in a way that carries the groceries. So this is the first time we've brought Furoshikis in. We brought the massive ones, 1 meter by 1 meter. So you can wrap up anything. We thought they'd be great for gift wrapping. If they prove popular and people like them, we'll bring in different sizes and different patterns. So we've got this one here, which is onigiri. So it's the little rice snacks. We have this one here that's got a bunch of different sushi on it. This guy here, that is like a type of gourd or something. I don't actually know what that is.
Yeah, they listed as gourds on the website. So.
And there's another one too that was the little stacking dolls.
Daruma.
Daruma. Hi. Hi, that's the one. So we've got those in stock now. I think they're going to be great, but this is one of the things we do with garage sales. We buy things that we don't normally buy. And it's products we don't normally sell. And then we kind of test them out. We see if people actually like them. We've found a lot of new products that way, like the what's come out of garage sale that we've
we've experimented with more
Mazaki knives,
cookware.
for example, were garage sale knives at first.
Yeah.
And people loved them, so we just started carrying them full time.
Yeah, lots of new knife lines. And honestly, like some of the cookware that we've got now and that kind of thing.
Do we have any of that price, Nathan?
It's all behind you, and I can yell prices at you.
We got some cool cookware. I don't know what any of this is. I'm just going to start unpacking these boxes and we'll see. All right, let's see what we got here. This is fun. Here, we'll start with this one. Maybe we can change the camera, Nathan. There we go. So this one is the Jew pan. It's, if you can think about it, it's like a look at that, the handle comes off. So it's like a plate that you can use in the oven, right? And then it's got a little handle that goes on, so you can lift it out and use it as a fry pan as well. Ta-da! And then you buy the handle separately, but then you can buy any number of sizes or shapes of these. I think they're just round ones for now, sorry. But you can buy any different sizes and they're just one handle and then use them like that. And I think these are a real winner. I think they're cool. I don't know the price of it. Nathan's going to shout it out, but he hasn't yet. There's this guy here. This is a sesame grinder. Put your sesames on the top here. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And the sesames come out. I love it because I love roasted sesames, and that's just an easy way to get it all over your food. Happy days.
Hey, Kevin, you want me to shout the price of the
And
pans?
Naoto is going to shout the price of the. So what was that sesame grinder?
I'm on the pan page right now.
Okay. What was the price of that Jew pan?
So Jew pan comes in the 4 different sizes: the small, medium, and large. And one
Do you have a microphone on you,
deep-ish.
Nathan?
Yes,
No?
I do.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So one is deep. So you buy a handle and the pan at the same time, then you save a little bit. So medium pan with a handle combo is 104. Large pan with the handle is 111. We do also sell the pan separate as well. So if you want to have just one handle and several different pans, because you want to, I would have like probably 3 different sizes at home. So we do sell them individually, like small pans for $42, medium pan for $55, large pan for $62. And sizes are on the website: 21.5, 25.5, or 30 centimeters, according to, it will depends on what size you want.
So there you go. Thanks, Naoto. And we've got this guy here. So this is a mortar and pestle, but really great for nuts and seeds. It's not for smashing so much, but just kind of grinding like that. And this is, what is this called? Pepperwood?
Pepperwood, yeah.
Pepperwood. I don't know what pepper. It doesn't smell like pepper.
It's
I was hoping it would.
It's a Japanese pepper, sansho. It's a sansho.
Oh, it's sansho
a
wood.
for
Okay.
sansho. Yeah.
I'm guessing they use it because it's really, really hard. And then you just grind your seeds in it. And Naoto says it adds a tiny bit of flavor. But he doesn't sound very impressed with how much flavor it adds, so I think it is really just a tiny bit of flavor.
Oh, you got some love for your Spyderco knife there, Kevin.
We have stores called Kent of Inglewood. And if you go there, we sell a ton of pocket knives at those stores because, well, we like knives. It also has razors and shave brushes and soap and everything to make you pretty. And these things. So anyway, we saw the Spyderco there, and that's where I got this. I love this little pink knife. And as you can see, there's glue on the blade. That's from tape because this just opens boxes and slices salamis. That's all that knife does.
And Smokies, yeah.
Salami, it slices salami. So this is a grater. Ginger, garlic, daikon. Also, you can make baby food with these things. I actually made a bit of dessert for me yesterday, which was an apple that I grated in there, and yogurt and cinnamon. It's great.
That sounds lovely.
It was great. These are fun for that, but like the paste that they make with daikon, garlic, or ginger is just perfect for cooking.
Well, we had some on Monday when we had that hot pot.
Well, right, yeah, we had it with the. When I walk away, it's a really boring screen, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know who's watching. Is anybody watching this now?
Only 62 people right now.
Really? Oh, send me a question. I'll answer anything.
We got lots of questions.
Oh, well, just run through the questions. We can do a speed round.
Sounds good.
Anyway, here's a pot. I don't know what this pot is. It's a pot. It looks cool, and it probably has a price. So there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it. I don't know anything about it.
$1,000.
It's just, this is like a really standard pot you just see all over Japan in houses, right? That's just your normal pot.
Yeah.
If you can see on the inside here, there's measurements. So when you're making your dashi and you want to make, 1.2 liters of dashi, you fill it up to that line. So that's an easy way to make soup. And I think that's a really clever move. I really want one of these pans now just because of that.
Yeah. It's, I want one as well. Gaganpreet wanted to know, I need a Kirotsuke, preferably 210 millimeter. Do you have anything for me next week?
We have lots. Here's the one you want to buy. Here's a 210 Kirotsuke. Agami Super from Moritaka. The Moritakas have been making knives since 1293, my God. Agami Super, Kurochi finish, 295 small dollars. That's a great 210 Kirotsuke. Let's find another 210 Kirotsuke, and I'll show you that one too if I can find it. I found a 240. Oh well, here's 240. There'll be other 210s in the thing. This one here is from Masashi, and look at this. Comes with a saya.
Nice.
And
it's one of these.
It's a Kuroshu. So this is his flagship knives. Look at that. So this is a funny knife because I've got one of these, and Chris Lord in Ottawa's got one, and Owen, our manager in Vancouver's got one, and Naoto's got one.
Yeah.
And Mike, our operations manager, he's got one. We are fans. I've got a 240. I think Naoto's got a 240. I think everybody else has got a 210. No, I think Lord's got a 240. But we don't have the Kurotsuke. We have just regular Gyutos.
Yeah, the Kirotsuke is just cooler.
Yeah, and this, you can feel the texture on this. So you can see the Damascus, but you can feel them. You can feel the layers here.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this is polished. Oh,
so nice.
I love these so much. And if you watch the video on Sharp Knives Rock about Naoto showing us how to make donabe or nabe, like how to make the Japanese hot pot, he uses this knife, which is one of the sharpest knives I have in my house. And he uses it to cut tofu in the palm of his hand. So he holds his hand up and just cuts the tofu with
he
this
likes
knife
to live dangerously.
It's just, that's craziness.
Oh.
It's craziness.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's some Kurotsuke answers. Here, I've got something else here to show you.
Yeah. Let's see.
And this is, look at this. Somebody throw in the comments. Quick, guess. You've got 1 minute to guess what this is. I'll answer another question. Throw in your comments what you think this is.
I'm guessing it's for they made it especially for Canada. It's a legal smoking device.
So put in the comments what you think this is. We'll give you a couple minutes to do that, and then we'll look at something else. We'll answer some knives.
Yeah, Miles wanted to know, how do you compare Yoshimi Kato's own knives with the ones he makes for Masakage? Is it mostly aesthetic differences, or do they feel or cut differently?
So that's a good question. So Kato-san makes knives under his own brand, and he also makes knives for Masakage brand. I helped work with the Masakage company to create knives that Westerners really wanted to use. I did such a good job of it that a lot of makers in Takufu now have taken those design elements and use it as their own. So things like the choil that's got a recurve and a little bit extra matchy so you can stick your finger in and hold it like a chef holds the knife. Things like that. So you'll find those are common now through almost all the makers in Takufu, which is great because it's a way I like knives. I've also got them to make the Nakiri's taller, and most of the guys make that too. So I don't know if the question is, does he make better knives for one than the other?
I just think
No,
yeah,
'cause,
they're
you
not
know,
much
he's a
different, are they?
craftsman. Like if he's making a knife with VG10 steel, they're going to be the same no matter which brand is on it. Usually, I kind of prefer the Mazaki knives, and I'm going to, here's why. They're sharpened and ground by Shibata-san. And he's really, really good at shaping knives. We talked about this earlier too, that forging the knife is one job, and that's vitally important. But if it's ground poorly, it's a poor knife. So Shibata-san, I'm not saying anybody's a poor grinder, but Shibata-san's just better. He's like Wayne Gretzky, who, by the way, if you don't know, was a very good hockey player.
Yeah, he played sports.
Shut up, Nathan. Nathan doesn't like sports. I don't know why. Nathan's a bad sport. Nathan, is there any guesses as to what this thing is yet?
Yeah, well, E30 Birdie thought it was a bong. I don't
Looks
know
just
what
like
that means, but Carol, Cloudbursts, Jordan, and Svensson all guessed that it's for roasting sesame seeds.
It's exactly that. I think they knew because we showed this off before. So you put your nuts or seeds in there and then roast it. I've never used this, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
If this is available on Tuesday, if there's any of these left, I'm getting one.
Well, the
because
ceramic's supposed to be really good. I always burn my sesame seeds because I use cast iron and then I forget about them. But the ceramic gives you a very gentle, even heat.
Oh, these are cool. I don't know. Do you know what the price on these things are? They're
yes,
from Sanjo. So it's a prep bowl and a strainer. So you could do anything with this. Put the strainer out. You could do your soba noodles and then strain them in the sink and then put them in the bowl. You can use the bowl for prepped ingredients, or you can have, I've seen this, you've got some ingredient in here sitting in a liquid and then you pull it out and serve it right away so that the ingredient that was in here has a little bit of the liquid on it. And
there we go.
Anyway, these I think are handy. They're aluminum, but they're, what is that called when they blacken it?
Anodized.
Anodized.
Yeah.
It's anodized aluminum. And these great little straining bowls. And it's the sort of cute thing I like to have in my kitchen because the more you use it, the more you can find uses for it, I think.
Yeah.
Nathan, are they free or is there a price on those guys?
No, they're not free, sadly. Otherwise, I'd have many. They're $50 for the combo.
$50 is cheap, man.
Yeah, they're quite beautiful. They feel really nice.
What about that sesame roaster? What was the price on that?
Let me check. That one. Sure.
Oh, and this is another sesame grinder or a nut grinder. This is just a larger one. Oh, and I like that. I really like this gray glaze on here. That's a nice pop. Just grind your nuts in there.
The roasting pot was $42.
The roasting pot's $42. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a really nice piece of ceramic.
That's a really nice piece of ceramic for not too much money. That's great. I like that. I'm gonna totally get one of those if there's any left. Okay, speed round questions.
Yeah.
Change the camera. Put it up here. I can
we don't want to look at
just
just white. Okay, I got some good ones here. So here we go. Mitch was asking, would love to know what type of Japanese knife you would use for carving up cooked meat.
Well, here. You want, it's called a Tsujihiki, which is a meat slicing knife. And can I find one in our pile here, do you think?
There's some really great Kurosakis on the bottom there. There's Tsujihikis. We got a couple over here as well that we've already seen.
Well, what's this guy here? That's a Gyuto. Well, here, let's just pull off one of these. So this is a meat slicing knife. It's a Tsujihiki. It's long. The blade is not very wide because when you're slicing through meat, sometimes when you're slicing through and you slice like roast beef, your knife goes through and it pulls all the fibers apart on the roast beef like that, like my fingers. It just goes, and it pulls the food apart. That's because the blade is really tall. There's a lot of surface area that's dragging through. So shorter blade pulls through the meat easier. So yeah, you would use a slicer, meat slicer, or a Tsujihiki.
And that
Tsujihiki.
That length means you don't have to saw back and forth.
Yes.
Here, MRK. I had to bob this one up, even though it's horribly offensive.
Speed round.
MRK says, I'm looking for an extremely expensive screwdriver. Does torsion Damascus help when I'm twisting?
Okay, MRK. I know you don't work for us, but you're fired. I think he's referring, MRK, I think they're referring to the idea that sometimes people use their wonderful Japanese knife. They use the tip like a screwdriver. And this one here is a nice Damascus steel screwdriver. He or she, MRK, they are saying. And torsion Damascus, you'll see from guys like Hinura-san. They make a Damascus steel and then they twist it. And that's a really fancy way to make a screwdriver. Next.
Yeah. I've always said we should have a kitchen screwdriver that you could use for like frying apart frozen burgers and stuff.
I've always had a cuisine screwdriver. Well, not
Yeah.
always, but for years as a chef, I had a flathead screwdriver
Yeah.
that was in my box that went through the machine to get cleaned,
Yeah.
and it just was there to do all the stupid things.
We need a red handle
Like-
one that says Knifewear.
We should do that. We should totally get that. Here's a Kobayashi Damascus SG2 Santoku. I don't know if you can see the pattern on this steel here, but oh, I love these. I got a 240 millimeter Gyuto of his and love it.
Okay.
Next, speed round. The speed round's not very fast. Make the speed round speedier, Nathan.
All right, sounds good. Any 180 petty other than Tojiro's?
180 petty?
Yeah.
180 petty.
180 petty.
180
It's a
petty is
long
a very
guy.
strange size of petty. It's a really long petty. I don't know anybody that's making one right now.
Yeah, we don't see a ton that aren't from Tojiro.
No, I know that. Yeah, we can get some custom guys to
Yeah.
make, but it's not a common shape.
DJ Sergioto was looking for bendy sticks, the kind that Naoto used to straighten knives.
Yeah, make your own. Get a piece of wood and a miter saw, and then cut some holes in it. That's what we did.
That's pretty straightforward.
It's yeah, make your own bendy stick. Shibata-san made one for me once, and then I got it, and I was like, oh no! So we just made other ones.
Yeah.
Although I think Naoto got the one he uses the most because he got a kind of a nice one. So I don't know where he got that.
Yeah, well, he was gonna potentially get some in for us, but I don't know.
Ah, so he tried to get some. We didn't
yeah.
get any yet.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe
Ask,
next garage sale.
if you tune in on Monday, ask him because he'll be around. David Alexander said, "Can we please see the Nigara Anmon Aogami Damascus Sakimara Takobiki 240 millimeter?" That is in those grayish boxes that the Nigara come in.
So it's got to be one of
gonna be
these,
down
right?
there.
So what are we looking for?
The Anmon. It's the fancier Damascus ones that Nigara makes.
Right. What size? What is it? Just to shout things up.
240 Takobiki.
Okay, so it's not that guy.
Yeah.
It's probably this one here.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe.
Awesome. We'll find out real quick.
Megaki? Kyutsuki? No, that's a Kyutsuki.
No. While you're looking for that, we had a couple people asking about Takeda's coming in. Takeda-san's just taking a little time off, so we will see some of his knives in 2022, most likely early in the year. We get his knives kind of sporadically, but if there's one that you like or several that you like, if you go to the product page on knifewear.com, you can check your email in the back in stock notifications, and we will email you as soon as we get some in stock.
Well, I don't know what this is. But there we go. This is this. This is probably not what you're asking about.
It's a sexy knife, though.
This is a 200 and 100. This is a 300 mil Tsujihiki Sakamaru or Takobiki. This is the 300 with a blue acrylic handle. I think these handles look like bowling balls. And they've got the same shape as the Kurosaki handle. So I think Kurosaki helped them develop that handle. Kurosaki and Saji worked together to make these handles, and I think they've helped out Nigara to make those handles too. So there you go. So that's not the knife you were asking about, but that's the knife you get to see.
Yeah, I know. I saw Nigara Anmon yesterday when we were getting
What?
stuff
I don't.
ready.
Yeah,
But
I
I
can't
have no
find the
idea.
box.
Yeah, we
Okay,
will.
Next
we'll track it
question,
down,
please.
and we'll show you in a little bit here. So
This is a speed round, Nathan.
your
Speed
next
it.
question is, yeah,
Speed it.
I'm trying to help you find it. So we had a few other people that wanted to see that Tetsujin 240 Yuto that missed it earlier. E30 Birdie being one of them. So
That Tetsujin, the one that our old co-worker
yes,
worked on.
exactly.
Okay, I'm going to fold up this Furoshiki first. I unwrap that knife. Here it is. This knife isn't going to last for very long in the show. So we've got ebony handle white water buffalo horn. And so Tetsujin Tanryusen 240 Gyuto. What is really special about this is that, one, our buddy Toru worked on it. And two, you can see the way they've polished it. I don't know if you can pick it up on this camera. Probably not. But you can see the grain of the steel in this knife. It's $810. I am, if this is left over after the first day, I'm having it. I'm buying it for sure. In fact, I've already got an email crafted for Toru just asking for one for later. Because I don't think I'll get it. I think it'll be sold immediately.
Yeah, it's going to disappear.
And looks like I got it here. Oh, this is what he's asking about.
Yeah, this is the Nigara Anmon.
This is a big deal. I'd forgotten about these actually. Oh, I don't know if you can see the Damascus pattern on there. Oh, there, look at that. So this is Nigara Damascus single bevel. You see the Damascus wraps around here.
Oh, that's just like the final touches that make it so.
And look at this. Look
nice.
at this. Look at the round choil here. Like that's just beautiful. The shape of this, the shape of the tip. This knife makes me sweaty. It's 992 small Canadian dollars. Blue number 2 steel. If you want to show off, this is your knife. If you want a slicer that will blow your mind, this is your knife. If you want to make me jealous, this is your knife. Oh, baby. Okay, speed round.
Yeah, well, we had a few folks. First of all, Biden was just asking who the blacksmith is on the Tetsujin. That is Toru Tamura, who formerly worked for us, just to make that extra clear. Toru Tamura. We had a few folks asking for the Giga Nakiri, as they call it. That super long Nakiri from Andrew.
You mean this one here? Let's see if we can just like, oh, you changed the view.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Here, it's this Nakiri. There! Is that long enough for you? What is it, 420 millimeters, I think?
That sounds about right. 440, maybe?
Maybe.
I wish it was 420.
Kasumi likes to use this one for cutting pizzas. She likes to take mine home and use it for cutting pizzas. She makes great pizzas. And there you go. It started as a joke from Andrew-san. He was tired of me. He was tired of me asking to make the Nakiris bigger. I meant taller. I was probably not being clear. So he just got sick of me and said, here, is this one big enough? And I told him, I said, yeah, the length is good. Just make it taller, please.
It's not tall enough, but it's long enough.
So there you go. A giga Nakiri.
Adrian Young was wondering, do you have any refurbed, or new for that matter, Fujiwara knives?
Yeah, there's some Fujiwara knives. I don't know if there's any on my trolley here.
We've got some wall handle Fujiwara knives.
We've got some wall handle. Yeah, Japanese handle Denkas.
Yes.
For sure. I don't see any on this pile here. So I can't
grab some of those.
I can't show you one right now.
We will grab some
Don't
later.
go away. Give me questions.
We've
It's
got,
a speed round, man.
we do have a Denka.
The answer is
150
yes, those
Petty
are coming.
That's refurbished.
The answer is yes, those are coming. Oh, my old 150.
We
Petty.
didn't bring it out because we didn't want to like bring up any old wounds. But
somebody borrowed my knife. I had a 150 Denka Gyuto, and somebody borrowed it and took the most enormous chip out of it you could ever imagine. He tried to cut into a wheel of Parmesan with it. The man has since been murdered and buried in a shallow grave somewhere, because that's the only responsible thing to do if somebody ruins your knife like that. And it's been a piece of shame. It's been stuck in a drawer at one of the shops, and people go, oh, that's Kevin's knife. Don't even bring it up. Naoto has now ground it down into a 150 Petty.
Yeah, a tall 150 Petty, granted.
It's a very tall 150 Petty, but he's fixed it. But I haven't seen it yet. I don't want to.
Yeah,
it's just pissed me off. I mean, disappointed.
Disappointed severely. Miles Walker's wondering if there are any Koishis at Edmonton as well. He asked this when we were looking at the Koishi refurb.
Let me tell you about Koishis. Miles Walker, we try to get as many as we can. They sell as fast as they arrive. Mm-hmm. If you want a Koishi, and you know it's the knife for you, go to the website, click on the button that says contact me when available.
Yeah.
You will be the first to know when they arrive. You will get an email the moment they get received at the warehouse. So you'll even know before I know, because the warehouse knows before anybody when they're arriving.
Yeah.
You'll get an email, buy it as soon as you get the email.
Yeah.
If you don't act fast, somebody else will buy it because it's a long list. And then you have to go and get back onto the list after. So if you get the email and you don't buy it for whatever reason, but you still want it, you have to get back on that list. But then you'll be further down. You'll be at the bottom if it's not at the top. Because it sends out to the top first, whatever, sends those emails out, and it gives you an hour. And if those people don't buy within an hour, it sends out the next batch, and then that keeps doing that until all the knives are essentially sold. So if you want one of those knives that's always chronically out of stock, get on the website. That's the only way you're going to get it. I'm sorry. I had better news.
And I think Miles was asking about the refurbished Koishis.
We've got a couple of
X-Demo
refurbished Koishis here in Calgary.
Yeah,
They're not going to make it up to Edmonton on
your
time.
best bet is to go a little early on Monday and line up, and if you're there.
Well,
first
in
thing,
Edmonton, you can check out the website before you go down.
Yeah,
because the sale starts 8 a.m. on Monday.
Yeah.
So if you're in Calgary or Edmonton or in Vancouver, you can actually look at the website before you go to the shop.
Yeah, totally.
So you can go look at the website, grab the thing you want, and then go to the shop and see what else you might want to grab after you hold them and play with them. Because I understand buying a knife just by looking at a picture is sometimes hard.
Yeah. Especially if you got a Knifewear store.
Especially
locally.
if you have a Knifewear store in your city, you'd want to go down and handle the things. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Next question.
Soup Can was wondering, did we get any cleavers for the garage sale?
I don't know, but I got this guy here, so I'm thinking it's cleaver. It is. Look at that.
While you're pulling that out, Spoon Monkey was wondering when the website is updated daily or on Mondays. We update it when we get new stuff in, so it gets updated at random points during the week, but it's pretty much always during the week.
Yeah, the website gets updated as we update it, which is
which is
constantly
put them into the computer.
I've got one cleaver here from Sakai Takayuki. It's a 195 stainless steel, and again, this is a really thin one. This is a vegetable cleaver, so if you can see how thin the blade is here, that's not a cleaver to cut through duck bones or anything like that. Like that is a thin cleaver. This is a vegetable one. So there you go. There's one at least. Next, speed round, Nathan.
Yeah,
fast.
So this one is just, I think, a good question to just address. Not garage sale related, but wondering if there will be a Mazaki sale this spring.
I would love to do a Mazaki sale this spring, but if you've been to our website, you can notice that there is no Mazaki knives on our website right now. They're almost all out of stock. The Mazaki blacksmiths are working flat out, and they're just not making as many knives as our 6 stores plus a hungry website devour. So I would love to have a Mazaki sale in February. It would be a sale that lasted 2 hours, and it would eat all of our stock, and then everybody would be angry at us for the next year.
Yeah.
So to skip right along to people not being angry with us, we're not going to have the sale again, and I'm sorry about that. Hopefully 2023, maybe 2023 is the year we can do it again.
We'll see. Quinn M asked, do you guys sell these online or just in store?
Both. I don't know how you found us, Keen. But yeah, go to knifewear.com. Nathan's going to put the address up there. Go to knifewear.com and you can see all the knives we're going to look at today. You can see all of them, buy them, whatever. And the sale starts 8 a.m. Mountain Time in Canada, in the world. 8 a.m. Mountain Time.
8 a.m. Mountain Time
online.
Worldwide.
And at 10 a.m. at every store that we have. The store's all open at 10 a.m. and you can buy them then as well.
Yeah.
Next.
DJ Sergioto was wondering, are you getting some Tojiro Atelier knives one day?
Are we getting some Tojiro Atelier knives? Yes.
Yes.
We have them on order all the time. We get quarterly deliveries from Atelier, and yes, we're getting some. Whatever's on the website right now is what we have.
Yeah. Fighting Yusik wanted to know, hi Fighting Yusik, current favorite garage sale value, say $250-ish. And Fighting Yusik's in the US, so I feel like you could bump that 250 up to 300 Canadian.
Well, Fighting Usyk, the good value one here that you need is the $819 SG2 Nigara Hamono. Now, this is about $119 more than you want, but I think you should get this one because I love this blue handle. Other than that, what's a good value at... oh, here we go. This is it. Algami Super, Moritaka, Honesuki. That's the one you want, buddy. Okay, next.
Sven's Finn wants to see that Manaka N that they've been dreaming of, if we've got it handy. I know it is in one of those boxes.
It's in one of the
it's in a
Manaka
regular
boxes.
Manaka box, but it
Yeah.
says N on it. While you look for that, I will find you another quick question. Albert Anderson had asked, I'm seeing Kurosaki, Raijin, Petty, and Gyuto. No bunka this time around. I will take a quick look for you, Albert. I know we did have a Kurosaki bunka in a different line. I believe we had it with a turquoise handle, and I think we have one with an ironwood handle as well. As far as the Raijin, looks like we don't have any bunkas right now, but we do have the Senko with a Western handle made of ironwood. We do have just a regular R2 Senko by the looks of it. And we also have a Makoto Kurosaki.
This
SG2.
is riveting TV watching me stare at a stack of knives here.
I mean, I think so.
This is riveting. I can't believe people would not watch this all day long. Manaka N. Here we go. Haha, back. Did you miss me? Look at
This one's gorgeous. I was very
beautiful
excited.
bubble wrap. Look at that. Oh, that's what these are. Yeah.
No, these are exciting.
Oh, man. Again, we have got a few of these, don't we? We've got
Couple.
the Manaka hand-folded Damascus. We've got the...
The Nigara
we've
Hanmon.
got the Nigara.
We've only got one of these Manaka N.
We've got the Henkatsukoro. We've got, and then we've got the one from Toru. We've got some really nice knives. This is a beauty, man. So this is an ebony. So the handle, ebony, silver, and water buffalo horn, both ends, bookended. Blue #1 steel, hand-folded Damascus, Manaka, and this is called ENN. If you want this knife, it is $2,035 small Canadian dollars. This is not going to survive the first day of the sale. This will be gone in probably the first 10 minutes.
It's not even going to survive the first hour of the
If you're interested in this, you better have lightning fast fingers. The best way for things like this knife that are super exclusive and just one of a kind, the best thing to do is put it in your, like immediately, put it in your cart and pay for it. The first person that pays is the one that gets it, not the first person that puts it in the cart.
Yeah.
Because it could go into 50 carts, but the first person that pays is the one that gets it. So do yourself a favor, and if you want one of these kind of very special knives, just buy it, boom, straight away, and then go back and get your second and third and fourth choices the year after. But if you want something exclusive like this, just buy it as fast as you can. Pay for it as fast as you can. That's the trick. Oh my God, I'm glad. Thank you for asking about that. I'm glad you told us to hunt this down. One of the great things, here, change the camera again, Nathan. One of the great things about the Manaka knives is if you look at them from this angle, right? The spine's up here, and the blade is forged in a way that it gets fatter towards the middle of the blade, and then it's ground like this. So it's a diamond shape. And he thinks, and I think he's right, he thinks the diamond shape just makes a much stronger knife. It cuts like a laser beam. Although it's wider in the center, you would think it might get wedged into things, but it doesn't. It just passes through. I've got the ATS 34 210 or 240 Gyuto at home. Love that knife. I've been kind of bad to it. Like sometimes when I test knives, I'm rough on them. I try to chip them. I try to bend them. I try to do stupid things. And that knife, I haven't done anything bad. I haven't been too hard on that one, but I haven't done anything bad, and I haven't broken it. I mean, yet. So that's yeah. I'm a big fan of the Manaka knives. Period. Speed round.
Super Soup Can want to know whether there be any Kuri Muki or Hawatari knives in stock. They'll always sell it fast.
I don't know the answer to that.
That might be a Naoto question.
That'd be an auto question because those are knives I don't buy. So yeah, so I've been sharing a lot of the heavy lifting with Naoto these days, especially now that I can't go to Japan. It makes it really hard. So Naoto speaks Japanese fluently. I speak
Yeah,
Japanese
he's quite good at it, actually.
poorly. So Naoto has really taken the lead on some of these smaller suppliers that I don't actually personally know. So and Naoto's gone home for the day. So I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Look on the website; it's going to be constantly updated until Monday.
Yeah, and probably even a little bit after Monday because we do get some stuff last minute sometimes.
I know that there's 2 boxes coming on Wednesday, or Tuesday, or maybe Thursday. I know for a fact they're coming late. For a fact, because they just left Japan yesterday. So there's that.
Damon Spector wanted to know any natural stone Naguras coming.
No, just if there's any on the website, those are the only ones we have right now.
Right on. Okay, Bian Kitesh, who I believe won our vinyl giveaway on Monday. So with the correct answer to Matt's question. So Bian Kitesh, shoot us a message at tv@knifewear.com and we'll get that sent to you. Any Santoku 180 millimeter, preferably R2.
Here's something better. How about this? This is Hankatsukoro Haibashi. This is HAP 40, HAP 40. So a little bit like R2, but way harder. So this will stay sharp even longer. And at $260, a huge bargain. So I say, yes, we have some 180 Santokus. This is a 165. You want R2? This is HAP 40. I say get this one. 180 Santokus aren't common, to be honest.
Do you know what we do have?
A 165 Santoku is very common. 180 is not so common.
Do you know what we do have that I just found was the Ryusen Blazing Ryu.
Oh.
Their Kiritsuke Santoku in 180 millimeter. It's not there.
Well, it's not here. Okay.
We do have some available on the website. And
so there we go. Hunt those out. Next.
E30 Birdie is asking, any Tanaka around? That would be something other than the Tetsujin. I would really like that.
Yes, there is. I don't know what the box looks like. It'll never find it. So you're gonna have to go look on the website. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Ask again Monday. I'll have everything
you.
open on Monday for the live show starting at 8 a.m. I'll have everything open and around me. I won't have a big stack of stuff beside me that's unorganized and a disaster.
Sid wanted to know, can you talk about the Kyohei Shindo Funiyuki?
Well, let's grab one out here.
And if you can follow that up, what's the difference between a petty and a Funiyuki for an everyday pro home cook?
Well, a petty is a paring knife, and a funyaki is what you want, or a funiyuki. But here we go. These guys are. There's the funiyuki here. So this is the one you're talking about, Kyohei. This is handmade in Tosa, or if not in Tosa, Kochi, that kind of area. So it's from Shikoku Island. Very inexpensive, very rugged. Rustic. You can feel all the hammer marks in it still, and they've left the black Kuroji finish. Like, it's a very Japanese standard knife, but at 136, that is a mega value. So if you're looking for a value knife and you want to get into Japanese knives, that's the one. That's such a good one.
Yeah.
There you go. And a petty is a paring
fan.
knife. So that's not an everything knife.
Yeah.
This guy is more of an everyday knife. It's the right size.
Jordan was asking about Tsunahisa knives, ?
Tsunahisa, I know that we have some. If that's what you're asking, yes, we have some. I think we have VG10 Western handled Tsunahisa knives. Actually, no, that's not Tsunahisa. I don't know where they are right now.
Are those the ones in the dark green box at the top? Top right.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nathan.
No problem.
Oh, it's these guys too. I like this bolster quite a bit. So this one is 150 millimeter. Ooh, there we go. 150 millimeter petty. It's a Chibi, Western handle. Algami Super, or Algami 2 with stainless steel on the outside. So You get all the power and strength of cutting with Origami Super, but not so much of the pain in the butt factor of rusting. So here we go. Here's 3 Tsunahisas here. These are all the same. It's the Nikiri for 172, I think that says. So Nikiri and Santoku are 172, and the Petty's 152. For handmade knives of Origami Super, great value. I think these are the sort of things, and we got a lot of these as well.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the sort of things that are really popular in a garage sale because they're priced right, they look great, and it's a good knife.
Yeah. Michael L was wondering, wanting a petty for trimming briskets, what would you recommend?
I don't know. I don't know what I would recommend, but I just picked up a petty.
That's a good one. Yeah.
It's a great one. It's VG10. It's, I don't know if you can see, it's Damascus steel, right? From Kato-san. This is one of those knives that we always have at garage sale, but we never have as a regular item because they don't make them that often. And when they do, they don't make a whole line. Like it'll be, usually when it used to just be Santokus and these, and then they added Nikiri, and now sometimes you see a 210. We've got the 210 as well in stock. That's a great one. I like it for cleaning up meat because it's got a Western handle, so it's easier to clean. And I like that that it's Damascus. And I like the thinner, pointier, especially if you're doing butchery, a thinner, pointier nose, very good for you.
Yeah, that precision, thin blade, awesome. Will was wondering what demo/scratch and dent knives will be available.
They'll be on the website.
Yeah, they'll be on the website. We have a couple of Koishis and then several others. We have a Fujiwara Denko 150 petty and a few other options as well.
So they'll be on the website.
Yeah. Just to clarify, a few more folks are asking about Takeda knives. We have Takeda knives on order pretty much all of the time.
Mr. Takeda is having some time off. Some much needed time off, and we're not going to bug him while he's having time off.
He's getting to be an older gentleman.
We're gonna let him have his time off, and then when he's back, we'll have tons of his knives again.
Yeah. Here's the kind of question I love. Jordan wants to know what's the best entry-level Gyuto for someone who is just getting into Japanese knives.
Oh, I just had it.
Congrats for getting into Japanese knives. I think that's awesome.
Listen, I just had it in my hand, what I think is an excellent way to get in. Here, this guy here. If you have 172 spare dollars, whoops, down here, I guess that's a Santoku. So that guy from Tsunahisa is great. The other one that I really liked today, I cannot find it now. What is wrong with me, Nathan? Like I put things down, I can't see them.
I really like the Shindo knives that you were just talking
Here it is.
about. We've got a Gyuto from them, I believe. It's really nice. Oh yeah.
This one, VG10. So it's a steel that's stainless steel. It's a steel that's made for knife making. 210 Gyuto, so not too big, probably the perfect size for home. Damascus steel, so it looks super cool. And a Paco wood handle, which is more or less indestructible. For 392 small Canadian dollars, I think that's a great entry level knife. It's one you're not gonna have to worry about. It doesn't like there's no upkeep issues that are too arduous, and it looks great. So when your friends come over, you can really show off.
Yeah, totally. Just to continue on that Takeda tangent a little bit, Albert mentioned that Takeda's got bought before making it into the store. For knives like Masakage, Takeda that are in very high demand, that is pretty much always the case. So if there's a knife like that that you really think you want, just grab it as soon as it pops up online, because there's a good chance, as much as we'd love for it to, it just won't make it to the store. Joseph was wondering, is there a schedule of release for Masakage knives? We kind of get what we get when we get them.
We get what we get when we get them, and that's that. Again, I would like more Masakage knives. It's not that they're not producing a ton, they've become much more popular, right?
Yeah.
So the demand's outstripping it. What's going to happen eventually is they're just going to jack the price up. So what's going to happen one day is we're going to get a delivery and they're going to say, sorry, 40% up. And we'll go, okay.
Cool. Yeah.
So if you want something that's always out of stock, get on the contact us list. When you get the email, buy it.
Yeah.
If you don't buy it when you get the email, you have to get back on the list and you'll be at the bottom of the list.
Yeah. And Joseph
it's the people at the top list that get the emails.
Exactly. So. Yeah. There's a priority system. Joseph was wondering if they have any new blacksmiths.
For Muskogee?
Yeah.
No, not yet. Although, okay, Joseph, are you asking because you know something? Because I know something. But it's not that, if it's not official something. So the answer is no.
Gotcha.
Wink, wink, wink. No new blacksmiths. Wink, wink. So there's something in the works.
Cool.
I'm not supposed to talk about it yet.
You got something to show us there, Kevin?
Yep.
Awesome. Let's see it.
Makoto Kurosaki.
Oof.
So Yu Kurosaki's older brother. This is a R2 or SG2, depends, same steel. Bunka. And really reminiscent of a kotetsu from Shibata-san. In fact, I would guess that this is probably the same knife, just sharpened and ground by Makoto Kurosaki. I think this is a knife made by Ikeda-san. So same as the kotetsu knives. In fact, it is. But it's ground and polished by Makoto Kurosaki rather than Shibata-san. So if you have the Shibata Kotetsu SG2 like this, you should get this one as well, and then you can compare the two and see how they're ground differently, and you'll understand a little bit more about how grinding and sharpening is so important to knife making. Much more as important as the forging itself.
AJ was wondering, are there any special Takamura petties or gyutos? Well, there's a special Takamura Nakiri.
There is some other Takamuras coming too, so they're going to hit the website soon. I don't have any on my shelf here, but I know there's some other Takamuras coming for sure.
Yeah.
And here's the Takamura Nakiri. That's lighting everybody up. Nathan's going to switch the cameras, and we're going to get a good view of that. So it's a Chromax steel Tsuchime Nakiri. He never makes Nakiris, so this was a big deal to get some. So there's that. Next, speed round, Nathan.
Joseph was asking if Saji is still making knives or is he retired?
Nah, Saji's retired. Okay, Saji-san and Andrew-san are both retired. So is Kato-san, senior, Hiroshi. All three of them are retired now. They all work together. They all kind of grew up together as blacksmiths, especially Kato and Andrew-san. They were best buddies, really. And Saji as well. So Saji retired. Saji's idea of retirement is he retired, handed over the reins to the company to Nomura-san, and then comes in every day and micromanages things to death still. Saji's idea of retirement. Andrew-san's idea of retirement is more like Kato-san's idea of retirement, that they go to Knife Village and they drink coffee and go and look sometimes and kind of keep their eye on stuff, but more interested in drinking coffee and going for soba lunch, which is a much better type of retirement in my mind. So
Sounds great.
Officially retired, Saji. Unofficially, very involved still.
Yeah. Arthur was wondering if there's any Shibatas coming in. I don't know if they meant in general or for the garage sale, but
well, Shibata-san supplies a lot of knives. Like he sharpens and grinds most of the Masakagi knives.
Yeah. Of which we actually just got several big boxes from him yesterday, I think.
Oh, good, because I unpacked a lot of boxes from Shibata for the garage sale.
Yeah.
And I didn't see many Masakagi knives in there, but there is some new Masakagi knives on the website then, which is great news.
Joseph was asking, are there any new tall Nakiris? We got something that's pretty close. From Sakai Takayuki, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it is. That's long, not tall.
Oh, we got long,
but we got a real tall box. Might be that blue one there, because it's got a saya too.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah, so it's pretty dang close to a Nakiri.
Okay, this is cool. So if you've been looking for a tank and waiting for a tank from Shibata-san, and you can't get it because he doesn't make enough, this guy is the one you want. It is a tall Nakiri. It's a very flat blade. Comes with a saya. Look at this. And the saya is the same shape. Come on, dude. Look at this. Who doesn't want one of those? So there you go. Sakai Takayuki.
Yeah.
White carbon number 2, $395. So there you go. That is a tall Nakiri. It's just got a cool shape.
Yeah.
And the saya. And for under $400, handmade with a saya under $400, forget about it.
Yeah. That's a
and we got about 15 of those, didn't we?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, we got a good stack.
Excuse me.
Iris was asking, can we see the Yu Kurosaki Shizuku 210 and the Fujin Gyuto 240.
All right, we can as soon as I find them. Listen, we have to start wrapping this up. Sorry, Nathan.
No, it's okay.
We gotta start wrapping
Kurosaki's
this
are on the
up.
bottom shelf here.
Yeah.
Don Penny says, my girlfriend is here now, and I've got this streaming on the TV, so don't show anything super cool that I'll need to buy.
Oh, Don Penny. You're just telling me.
Yeah.
What did you want? A Fujin 240? Here's
Yeah.
a Fujin 240.
Fujin 240.
Oh,
Ooh. Boom.
that looks green. It's actually blue. It's turquoise. So ebony, turquoise, little silver inlay, Fujin. There you go. There you go, man. That's the one that you wanted to see, and now you got it.
Sid had a question that's a quick answer. What kind of steel is the Tsunehisa Shirogami made out of? Shirogami is a type of steel. It's white carbon steel. So that one would be made of white carbon steel.
So yeah, Shirogami is white carbon steel.
Yeah. D-Hop 310, regular viewer, says, what's up, Knife Bros? Got any Yoshiaki Fujiwara coming in?
No.
Cool. I don't even know what that is.
I don't either. So
I looked him up on Google, and I think he's a wrestler.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, we got some wrestlers coming in. Here's from, I like these, from Seki Kanetsune, or Kanetsune Seki. They just make a line of very European style boning, skinning, butchery knives. So there you go. $172, and it's SKD 12.
I love those boning.
These are really good.
Hendra Wanto. Sorry about the awful pronunciation.
Okay, will there be any Tsukasa Hinura knives available during the garage sale? I wish I could say yes, but the answer is no. Sorry, I get as many as we can. We might have got one this year, and I might have got my first Hinura this year.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't put that one on the website because I didn't have one yet, and I might have stolen it. Next.
Yeah. Okay, so we got that. Did you find that Shizuku 210?
It's down there somewhere.
Yeah, gotcha.
Sorry.
Another
Here's. I'll tell you what. We have to wrap up, guys. So, because I'm sorry, I gotta go. But I'm going to be back on Monday morning, 8 a.m. Calgary time, 8 a.m. Mountain time. I'm going to be here live. I got a scale. I've got calipers. I've got a ruler. We've got close-up cameras. We can see everything and ask me everything about every single knife.
Mm-hmm.
We've got it. We will be here all day. We'll probably be here between 6 and 10 hours live on Monday. There'll be me. I'm sure Mike will join us, Naoto, Nathan. We might even wrangle Tiffany in for a bit as well. So it's going to be our live garage sale marathon. And seriously, tune in Monday, ask all the questions. I'll have all the knives open. So I'll be able to just like pull knives as you ask for them. In fact, what will happen is you guys will ask questions and the guys behind the scenes will just pass me knives and I'll just pick up the knife, talk about it, show you everything you need, throw it, pick up the next one, talk about it, show you everything you need, throw it. And we'll do that for hours. Hours and hours and hours and hours.
If you have a question that we didn't get to, you can...
Nathan, is there any quick yes or no questions or like dig through instead of like questions like show me this knife, show me that knife. But if there's any like questions we can just answer that aren't show me a knife, we'll knock all of those off before
Really, the only quick yes or no one that I saw was from Grant asking, I have 2 gift cards to use plus my credit card for the rest. Is it going to slow me down ordering online?
Yes.
Yes, unfortunately. Yeah. You might want to save your gift cards for anything else you might want.
If you're trying to get one of the exclusive knives and you're trying to put in gift cards, you'll probably not get it.
If you're looking for more kind of regular stock, it shouldn't be an issue. If anybody has questions that we didn't get to today, you can message us on Instagram. And I'm working for a couple more hours tonight, so I'd be happy to answer it. Or if you're on our Discord, you can find the link at the bottom of the description. You can message me there, and I will get an answer for you before Monday. So you're welcome to get in touch there. Here's a quick yes or no question. Charminator, got any Moritaka Kiratsukes?
Sure do. Got 2 of them right here.
Yeah.
So we got Agami Super 210 and 240 Kiratsukes. Yeah. Come on, there's got to be more questions like that. Those are easy ones.
Nope.
The rest of them are show me a knife.
I kind of bumped those up as we were going through the hard questions, so we're doing pretty good.
All right. Well,
So you can catch, like Kevin's probably said already a million times, you can catch the Knifewear Garage Sale from November 8th to the 14th. It starts at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time in online, and it starts 10 a.m. local time in our stores.
I have got this knife in my hand that says T-Shiro Kuro.
Right. I think it's
RC.
Tuna Hisa.
Oh, is this Suda? Oh, it is Sunisa. There we go. So here we go. This is a $179 hand-hammered white number 2 Nikiri. So if you're looking for a deal, there's that one there. I'm just gonna open some boxes here.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm just gonna open boxes, and I hope that some of these are the things you're looking for.
Well, you inadvertently answered a question.
Perfect. Oh,
you're accidentally answering questions, Kevin. Cloudburst
Saji Rainbow.
in my coffee cup wanted to see the Saji Rainbow.
Saji Rainbow Bunka SG3.
Huh. I wonder if that's a typo.
Oh no, that's actually. Oh my God! It says $593.
It's just my incredible. It's my incredible
I just
chef
couldn't
writing.
read it. Oh my God! It says $593.
Yeah.
There you go. Saudi Rainbow Damascus VG10 Bunka ironwood handle. Boom, boom. You want to impress people? Pull that baby out.
And Izong was looking for a student budget-friendly Nikiri.
I just showed that
Kevin
one.
just showed off was perfect.
Tsunahisa white carbon Damascus.
Yeah. Are there any Debas?
Well, here we go.
This is
There
for
always is
Coco Fiasco.
Debas. There is always Debas. Here's one right here in my hand. Blue carbon number 2 Deba. This is Tsunahisa. It says on it. This is actually made by, what are those brothers in Tosa that made these? Their names are...
Oh, the ones that made the Masakage single bevel.
Sanso.
Yeah.
Oh, my brain is tired, Nathan.
Yeah, I'll find it in a sec here.
Anyway.
Satsuoka.
Sasaoka, thank you. So there you go. There is a $295 hand-hammered Sasaoka Deba Kurochi finish. These brothers, they trained in they train in Sakai. They make very Sakai style Debas, and that's, if you're a Japanese chef, you wouldn't have a Deba from anywhere else but Sakai. So there you go. There's that guy.
Somebody's asking if we had any Kiritsuke tip Debas, but I'm quite certain we don't. Somebody was also asking what the stack of red boxes behind you were. That's this guy. That was Spoon Monkey.
All right. Here's the Aogami. Here's a question you didn't ask, but you want to know the answer to, Spoon Monkey.
Oh, that's the tiger.
This is the tiger carved by Michiko-san. So Michiko carves these blades. These are hand-hammered Aogami 2, so blue steel number 2. Kurochi finish from Sakai Takayuki. Hand engraved. The first time she's ever done gyutos. So that is a big deal. We've got the first batch of gyutos she's ever done because we asked. And she was worried that the work would bend the blade and damage it, but it didn't. She's that good. So There's the tiger. These are going to fly out of here.
Yeah.
And you didn't ask that question, but there you go. There's the answer. What is this? Somebody wants to know what this knife is?
Yeah, that's a Tsunahisa Santoku.
It's a Tsunahisa Santoku. What steel is this one? Oh, that's the ZA19 or something like that. What is that?
Okay, yeah.
It's something very similar.
What does it say? ZA19?
It says ZA something. It's similar to a VG10 steel.
Yeah.
So there you go. Thin Damascus, cool. I can actually tell you who made this too, who ground this, and that's oh my God, my brain is so tired, Nathan.
So on the website,
tired.
it's listed as Tsunahisa, which is spelled with a TSU at the beginning. Tsunahisa ZA18 Enju Santoku.
There you go.
Okay, from what I can tell, I believe we have got to all of the questions. And if I missed your question, I apologize.
Perfect. Listen, thanks for tuning in, guys. Change my camera, Nathan.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. We As you know, November 8th, garage sale starts on Monday. 8 a.m. it goes online, and then 10 a.m. at every store. So 8 a.m. Calgary time, the website goes live. We will be here to answer questions, show you pictures. No question will be unanswered. We'll go all day. If we have to go 10 hours, we'll go 10 hours. The last few, I'll be drinking beer. So who knows what the quality will be. And I'll see if I can't lose my voice like last time I did. I talked for 3.5 hours straight right at the beginning of the sale, and I lost my voice almost. So Nathan had to fill in for me for a lot. So that's going to be Monday. We have knives in stores. Stores all open at 10 o'clock on Monday. We have the online sale. None of the staff at Knifewear, including myself, can buy any of the knives until Tuesday or after the first day of Monday, because that's the big push day. That's when all the exclusive stuff goes, sadly. So if you're looking for something super exclusive that we have one of, or it's one of Michiko's engraved knives, or it's one of the handfolds of Damascus, just get in the site and just buy it right away.
Yeah, there's Ellie who runs our
Buy
website.
it right away. There's Ellie that runs the website. Hi, Ellie. Okay. Ride the bicycle, Ellie. I'll go ride the bike out of here. Anyway, if there's something exclusive you want, buy it right away. It's the first person that pays for it gets it. That's how the website works. It's Ellie's fault if you didn't like that rule. Watch Sharp Knives Rock 6 if you haven't. We make a show that we try to be entertaining, and it's a show all about knives. And this time we gave away, or no, we're not. We haven't given away. We will be giving away a knife.
Yeah, we're going to announce the winner on Monday at noon.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So watch the show, answer the skill testing questions, get a free knife. How easy is that?
Yeah.
What else? Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. Buy some Christmas gifts. Garage sale is a great time to do that because the prices are right. And
yeah, and then you don't have to worry about, shipping getting delayed and all that fun stuff that happens around December these days. All that fun stuff. And if you haven't already liked the video and subscribed to the channel, it's an easy thing to do, and it really helps us out a lot. We broke 7,000 subscribers recently, and we're steaming on ahead to 8,000. So we really appreciate all your support. If you didn't see the video that we put up this week, I did a little video about how to light your charcoal. So if you like cooking over charcoal, or you're thinking about it, this video is very helpful because charcoal can be a pain to light. I've got some handy tips for you. And Kevin's just showing off knives now.
I'm just opening boxes.
Which I guess is kind of why we're here. I mean, the more boxes you open, the less I have to open after we finish this. And also, thank you, everybody that has tuned in tonight and come to hang out with us and ask questions about knives.
Thanks for putting up with my surly attitude and
just fumbling around trying to find stuff.
And my fumbling. I just cut myself, Nathan.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's
Thank
it.
God, I was worried that wasn't going to happen.
Okay,
live.
There we go. I'm cut. I'm going home. This is going to start bleeding here soon. It's this knife here that just did it. This Hat 40 knife from Hatsukokoro. This just cut me. So if you want the knife that just cut me, it's a 210 Yuto.
Put it in the notes that you want the knife that drew Kevin's blood, and we'll,
the Hat 40.
We'll pack it up for you.
Hat 40 is $325, and that's the knife that just cut me. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thanks, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you Monday at 8 a.m. Mountain Time. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the video.
All right.